gentlemen, welcome to Touching Tips, a podcast dedicated to the world of PSVR 2. My name is Karen Alive and Well, and I'll be introducing your hosts. From the west of Ireland, he is a visionary, a leader, a sensual and generous lover, as I can attest. Petrifying Pumpkins. Pumpkins was once a successful businessman before a tragic incident left him with stage 2 ligma of the mind. No longer able to run his multinational POG corporation, Pumpkins turned to his other passion, PSVR. Hence this channel and later podcast were born. Pumpkins is famous all over the world thanks to the various Easter eggs dedicated to him in PSVR exclusive Firewall 0 Hour. Most famously, if you go to the hangar map, in the air control tower, you will see radar screens with various aircraft designations that, when combined, spell out Petrifying Pumpkins. It really does make him better than you. From Mexico, he has many names: El Chupacabra, El Fuego, El Pasión. But around here we call him Mr. 777 or Jackpot. Mr. 777 moved to the United States as a wee lad. A former Xbox fan, Jackpot gave up on Team Green when he discovered the future is virtual reality, and has been on PlayStation since. Jackpot lives with his mother, in her basement. She reached out to Pumpkins, begging him to let Jackpot be a co-host as she worries about his lack of social communication skills, as you will soon see for yourselves. He turned to marijuana at a young age and has reached a stage where if he were to ever stop smoking, the shock to his system would kill him immediately. Jackpot has a heavily stained pillow that he calls Amanda. He believes that she is real and that he is in a long-term relationship with her. His catchphrase is, bitch. And finally, all the way from the frigid wastes of Canada, comes Muzz. Muzz has a passion for maple syrup and discussing PSVR 2. He once got lost in the frozen tundra of northern Canada with his best friend. The ordeal was harrowing and led to Muzz eating the remains of his friend in order to survive. Shortly after, Muzz turned to VR gaming as a way to escape the horrors of the reality he leaves every time he puts on the headset. It's worth noting that while Muzz maintains his best friend was dead before he began to consume him, later studies of the remains hinted at the possibility that the friend died from infections that were caused from bites, though due to a handling error, the evidence was deemed inadmissible and Muzz walked free. He also has a cat. Without further ado, let the show begin. I've been Karen Alive and Well, and I will now hand you over to...
What the fuck is this?
Alright, okay, Muzz's camera is completely messed up. I got to adjust it. Because this is entirely Jackpot's fault.
What? That was your own time. I've been here for like 20 minutes waiting. I'm already passing out.
Lies.
I'm going through the roof.
Lies.
Going through the
Alright,
ceiling.
You're back to Earth. Okay. Test 1 2 3. Make sure everyone's audio is good. All the bears are moving. I think they should be able to hear you both.
Yeah.
Are the bears moving on my
Bears
side?
are moving. Yes.
Can you hear us?
There's apparently nobody in the chat though. I'm not seeing anyone. Oh, wait, never mind. I just got important saying Cobra Commander. What does that mean? Oh, your
Logo
t-shirt?
on my shirt.
That's your t-shirt's a Cobra.
Nice.
G.I. Joe.
He's a Cobra Kai.
Cobra.
You know.
And what's with your fucking thumbnail?
That's the new Sony bosses.
Those are the new duo, the dynamic duo
dynamic
that's gonna
duo.
save. They're gonna save VR for us.
Are you gonna
Gave
so
them the
close?
Muzz smile, the famous Muzz smiles.
Is that what that is?
That's what that
Why is his face messed up?
Because they're so happy. Because they got promoted. So they're both very happy with each other. Everything's going good.
Okay, that's disturbing now.
DJ Dirty Yella, how you doing? He says hello. Rogue says, top of the morning to you, mate. Give us your lighter, you can. Raise up lights. And Chopped is here. He's still alive. Chopped, I hope you're keeping well.
Did you chop?
Did you tell that woman
That's
to leave
good,
you
Chopped.
alone for one night? Just for tonight, Chopped. And
Just
DJ
for
says, y'all still testing. I think the test is done. I think he can hear us. And I can hear them. I think we're good for tests. Muzz, Jackpot. We were missing Jackpot last week, of course. He was kept in Guantanamo Bay, which is part of Mexico. Not that Guantanamo Bay. There's a different one in Mexico. He was kept there working the fields. He was harvesting Mexican jumping beans. and they released him somehow. I think Amanda was petitioning the U.S. government. I think Joe Biden stepped in and he said,
She went to the
Let's get
embassy.
this guy back," and they
She
got him
went to the
back.
diplomatic.
Yeah, that's what Amanda does. If I was Amanda, I would have said, you know what, start fresh. Get myself some of that Brent. Get myself some of that Brent action in New Jersey. And
All diseases,
She's
STDs, and all kinds of debts. No,
Amanda's not old enough. Not old enough for decepticon.
damn.
He needs
80 and
those
up.
he needs those 40, 50-year-olds, right?
Yeah, he wants to hear them bones
He
creaking.
likes 80, 70, and 80 and up.
There we go.
The less teeth they got, the better, he says.
Damn. Smashing them hips. Chop says, "Yeah, I'm good, boys. I'm not dying just yet." Glad to hear it, Chopped. Very glad to hear it.
You chopped.
So Muzz, Jackpot, how you been? What you been up to?
Been doing okay.
Good.
I just splurged and got myself a 2 terabyte hard drive installed in my PS5.
I thought you said you're
How
gonna
much
get
is that?
Quest, Muzz.
Oh,
I thought you said Quest.
no, he's cool.
No.
He's too cool for that.
I was well, I'd have to wait longer now because I just bought that stupid hard drive that cost quite a bit.
How much
you
did
can
that cost, if
return
you
it,
don't mind me
Muzz.
asking?
Canadian, it was after tax. It was just a little over 300. That's Canadian though, so I don't know how that translates to.
Did you feel like it's a good deal?
Well, I got to install like all the games I play back on my hard drive, and now I don't have to worry about. Okay, I need to play this game now, and which one do I play the least? I'll delete that one, and then next week I need to reinstall it because we're playing it again. So yeah, it's just such a
So if that was
non-stop hassle.
if that was over 300, what was the cost Canadian of the PS5 itself when you bought it new?
I don't know I don't know exactly off the top of my head because I didn't pay the full price. I did like all my trade-ins.
Okay.
So
okay. But would you
I
say
would
like
have to-
the SSD is like roughly half the worth of your PS5?
no, not quite. Well,
No?
I think the PS5 after taxes is probably like somewhere between 700 and 800, maybe
wow.
like 750. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, Canadian
Fucking
dollars.
Monopoly money you got there is worthless.
But no, well, they everything's expensive, but they pay us like $50 an hour, so
Yeah, well, there you go. It all balanced out. It's just the same.
There you go. Yeah, it's all the-
JB's wife giving out BJs for a vote, says Chopped. Oh, Joe Biden's. I was like, is he trying to say jackpots? Did he say JP? But no, Joe Biden. Okay. Magnum Gaming, how you doing? Says PS5 Pro will have a 2 terabyte SSD. No, yeah, maybe you should have saved the cash for the PS5 Pro. Trade in the PS5. Get the PS5 Pro. Or do you just not care enough?
No.
You're not deeply regretting this all of a sudden now that Magnum has brought that up, no?
No. It would make a difference if the Pro came out with like a 2 terabyte in that, but we
Well, that's
already
what he
know that
said.
yeah. Oh, what?
That's what he's saying. It's going to have a 2 terabyte when it comes out.
Question mark. Go.
Eh.
Well, he's saying no. I think that's in the leaked specs that it's going to have it.
I thought when they leaked,
Maybe it's not true. I don't know.
I thought when they leaked it a long time ago that they said it was only going to be like a 1 terabyte, like the same as
Okay,
the PS5. Like
okay.
they weren't going to,
We need
unless
someone-
something changed.
someone
Something
can
might
fact
have been
check.
announced since
Someone
then.
can
Yeah.
fact check that.
Either way, I don't think I'm not really. At first, I thought I would try to get it, but I don't want to go through the hassle of like having to transfer everything over to the new system and do like the trade in and all that garbage. So
Yeah, understandable.
I'm fine with the one I have.
Importance-
Until it comes out that Grand Theft Auto 6 will only be played in VR on the PlayStation
yeah,
Pro,
exclusive. Can you imagine?
exclusive to
Fucking
the.
You
Yes,
definitely
bro.
have to buy it. You buy 3
Yeah.
of them. Importance is how much Middle Earth money did you pay for PS5 pumps? I paid €600. Fat stacks. And that was from Patreon money back when I had a Patreon. So technically, I paid nothing. That's how I like to see it.
Nice.
It's not.
Yeah,
really
I only paid about 150 after all my. Well, maybe 100, 170. I think is what I paid.
You find that down the back of the couch in Canada.
Yep.
Jackpot, how you been? It's been 2 weeks since we talked to you. So what have you been up to?
Talking to me?
Contractors. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
What else?
Who else is
contractors, eh?
Jackpot? Who else is Jackpot around here?
I just need to go sneeze really quick. So I'm gonna
okay.
hold on. But anyways, contractors, buy the game. If you got a quest, buy it.
Go ahead and sneeze. You don't have to hold it in.
That's what I've been playing. VR chat. We've been playing some VR chat because Amanda. We got a Shadow PC, so Amanda's using the Shadow PC, and I'm using my computer, and we're playing VR chat. Pretty fun.
I see.
So that's what we've been doing.
I caught a few, like the intro of one of those streams. Not live. I was watching like the archive the following day.
They have a lot of last time we played, we went to a couple different rooms, and it's crazy because I thought VR chat was just well, I used to play with just fucking around, get characters, and it's really fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
But some of those rooms, the puzzles, the fucking graphics, or the way that the game looks, the textures and everything, it's really fucking good. So yeah, VR chat has a lot of stuff going for
So
it. It's
have
pretty
you?
cool.
Is this all the VR you're playing these days? Like you don't touch PSVR 2 anymore?
Fuck no, I don't touch it. What do you want me to play? What do you want me to play?
I'm just saying you're on a PSVR 2 podcast. You know,
Okay,
what
I
do you
touched
play?
it to put it on
Get
the.
Madison. I actually want. We'll talk about this, but yeah, definitely want to watch you stream Madison. It is absolutely the most scary game. Well, not even the most scary game. It's the most scary. Like out of any movie I've seen, out of anything, it's the scariest thing I've ever experienced.
Yeah, but I don't do well with scary games, especially.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
I know,
That's
but
why
then
I
I have
want
to
to
pay
watch.
$40 to suffer.
Yeah.
It's like
And puzzles. Don't forget the puzzles. That'll
yeah.
also not your
Well, the
strength.
puzzles. But and also I'll be like when I play games like the streaming stuff, like games like that. For the most part, people don't do spoilers, but I'll fucking hate that people are like, oh, watch out, here's where you're gonna get this thing happening or whatever. Like, fuck, man. I wouldn't need help with the puzzles for sure.
Just don't look at the chat or turn off the fucking text to speech or whatever. I was only looking at the chat when I was like getting really stuck, and I would ask for a hint. Most people were very cool about like not giving me hints unless I asked for something.
Well, if it's on the PSVR 2, I can't. I mean, I could stream it on the PC with the chat so I can hear, but it's a pain in the ass. You know, you have to have a different microphone and all that. So
Yeah.
but I don't know. Maybe when it goes on sale, but not because it's not worth it. I just like I said, I suffer a lot, and why the fuck am I gonna pay $40 to suffer? How long is the game? 9 hours?
For my entertainment. Oh god, what was it? Maybe
Well, share some of the
I would say
fucking
7-ish hours, maybe 8.
share some of the fucking YouTube money, or send some feed pics to your famous feed pics to the developers and ask for an extra code.
I did ask them after.
'Cause my feet are not great.
But man, I would like to. And Muzz exactly was a fucking. It was Rogue who said it in the Discord. He reminded me that Muzz was saying nothing really scares him too much when it comes to games.
Yeah,
but
That's not exactly what I said.
Well, along those lines, nothing.
What?
You're not too phased by scary games,
For the record, I was more saying that for flat scary games. They don't affect me whatsoever. Okay. But I can get freaked out in a scary. Like I got freaked out all the time in Resident Evil 7. That was as scary as hell.
Okay.
But it's just the jump scares. I don't have like a jump scare reaction. That's the only thing.
Well, that's interesting.
Really? So jump scares, you don't get scared with jump scares?
No, like I'll.
Not as much as.
I'm free. Like I'm freaked out in the moment, but I just don't have like the physical reaction to it. Like I don't like have like a jump.
What's that? There's a game that is like a haunted mansion that is just basically all jump scares. Did you play that one?
That's like
forgot what it's called.
Like
20 different games.
It's a scary game that it takes place in a gloomy house.
You little bitches. It's supposed to be like the only haunted house. Affected the Manor. Is that the one? Affected the Manor?
Decepticon streamed that one, I think.
No, I never played that one.
No, okay, because apparently that's just jump scares.
Lots of jump scares. Yeah.
Can you guys still see my? Can you see my camera?
You just turned it off now. We could see it before, but now you turned it off.
Let me go sneeze. Hold on. Entertain them.
I don't want anyone to see me sneezing. It's because he takes his penis out every time he sneezes. Maybe
he can't sneeze unless he does it.
Magnum Gaming says that Madison VR is punishment. It is. I mean, I'm relieved I'm finished this, and I'm happy I don't have to play it again, which all sounds like bad things. But let's just talk about Madison. It's a topic later on. But
can you not see me anymore?
I'm just gonna.
You haven't turned it on yet.
You broke it.
I can see. No, I can't see you. No, you're coming back.
I did it.
You're back.
There you go.
Sorry.
But yeah, Madison is and it's amazing. Yeah, it's the scariest thing I've ever played.
But what's wrong with the controllers? Because I
Yeah, I
can't
can't
watch
give
the
it a.
streams because I do plan on playing it, and you know how I hate spoilers. So what's wrong with the controllers? Tell me.
Yeah, I can't. It's not necessarily the controllers that's the problem. It's just the certain interactions in the game. It's a mixture of technical issues. So I've had some bugs, mostly crashes. I've had 3 crashes in my playthrough. Not a big deal because you can boot the game up pretty quickly again. But there's the crashes, and then there is kind of the interactions where you can kind of tell, oh yeah, this was a flat game, and they didn't build it from the ground up for viewers, so it doesn't work as maybe smoothly as you'd like. There
Like
was a
0
puzzle.
hour, I mean, Ultra.
Well, no, because that was built for viewer in mind. But like this is like,
I know, but like the some of the flat controllers instead of more VR control.
well, in a way.
aspect.
But the problem with it, like I wouldn't have mind if it worked, but there was issues where I was trying to pick up a thing, and it was telling me I could pick it up, but like it would vanish, or like my hand wouldn't grab it, or it might get stuck on like a piece of furniture or something, and no matter how I moved my hand, I wasn't able to correctly pick it up. But not big things, little small annoyances. And there was a weird, like at the very, very end of the game, I had this weird issue where I kind of walked up beside a statue, and then I was like, it jumped me up higher, like near the ceiling. My head was up at the ceiling, and then I was walking around the room at ceiling level. Like I didn't drop down again until I went back to that spot again. It was just kind of, it made it funny at the end because this is like the climax of the game, and the horror is all crazy, and then that's happening, and I'm kind of just having a laugh.
Disappointed.
Yeah, I wasn't. It's still an amazing game. Glad I played it.
That's how they designed it. That's exactly what they wanted to have.
You're supposed to.
It becomes a comedy at the end.
Dark comedy. But yeah, I don't want to play this again until I forget it again. So maybe this is something I'd stream on Halloween's or something like that. But
Good idea.
Just
It seemed like it seemed like the interactions had like a delay, don't they? Like you have to like press a button, wait a second for them to actually like take effect. Or is that just how I saw it?
Well, there's like a mix. There's 2 types of interaction. So there's the ones where you can actually like pick things up and look at them, and then there's the other one where you pull the trigger. And
when
then
you see
it's
the
like
little
flash.
hand, right?
Yeah. When you see that, well, no,
Yeah.
when you see the hand is when you can pick things up as well. I think the same. I think the icon is the same for both interactions. But there are times when you need to like interact with something, but it's not meant for viewer. It's like they've kept the flat thing. So like pulling the sheet off the clock at the very beginning. That's like something you go up, you click the button, and then you gotta wait for him to do it, even though you don't see the hands moving.
Yeah, it just does the action. And then you also put there's a picture I saw you put on a wall, right? And then that looked like it was like a press the button, and then like a couple seconds later he hangs the portrait on there.
So it's like you place the picture up to the where it should be, and then you'll see like a green outline of where the thing should be, and then you release it, and then like a small little animation will play of it like floating up by itself and fitting into place. It doesn't feel like, you don't feel frustrated with that, if you know what I mean. Maybe it looks bad when you're watching us on the stream, but I didn't feel like
So it's like half you doing it, and then the game takes over when it actually goes.
But in fairness, like that would be, those kind of things would be really finicky to get correct, if you know what I mean. If they did it all manual, it's like putting a picture on a hook on the wall. Like you'd have to be really specific or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, terrifying game, Madison. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 because of the issues, but I'd like if a patch or 2 could really make it a 10 out of 10 game. That's where it is. Like it's a 9.5 maybe for me, but it's like almost perfect.
Nice.
Terrifying. I never want to play it again. What about, I'm trying to catch up on the chat here again. Chop says I have a teenage daughter, scarier than any game, I think is what he wanted to say there. That's probably true as well. This is why I only had boys. Durban Brown says Resident Evil 7 was great. Madison didn't get me that good, really. I think Resident Evil 7 was like an amazing game too, but compared to this, I just don't think Resident Evil is scary at all. But that's like, okay, if you're the type of person like me who thinks The Exorcist is a scary movie, then I think you'll find Madison scary. But if you're the kind of person who maybe laughs at The Exorcist and thinks it's silly and goofy or whatever, then maybe you won't. Because it's like demons and shit in Madison, and I don't know.
But it's also very different watching The Exorcist or being like in the room, like feeling like you're in the room.
Yeah.
Like in VR, that's like a different story altogether. Like
I
Because
was
VR is all about atmosphere. Like you feel like like present in the environment, so it's like a different level.
100%. But the other thing I just started thinking of now is that like I streamed the entirety of Madison, so the whole time I had like I felt like people were there kind of with me. Either I was talking to them, or I could check their comments whenever I wanted to as like a safety line, kind of to take my mind off the horror. But I even playing it by myself, I imagine I might even be too chicken shit to do it. Like I don't know if I would have done it. Some of those sections were brutal.
That's what kept you going. You just kept thinking, "Don't let them see you cry.
Well, that's
Don't let
it.
them
Like
see you cry.
I can't just give up. There's people watching.
I can't move out. I gotta do this."
Some of the puzzles, if I have another criticism as well as like some of the puzzles, there might be a part like you got this camera tool, and you probably know already. But there's some parts where you do a puzzle. Okay, I'll just explain it then for Jack. But you got like a Polaroid camera where you like basically take pictures. Like if it's night, so it's I can't speak. If it's a dark area, you can use the flash to like briefly light it up, so you can kind of see what's going on. But also you needed to like interact with some objects and solve some puzzles, like take a picture of this certain thing to trigger the next event or whatever. So there was times where I'd solve a puzzle and I think it was done, but I needed to take a picture of the very last thing to trigger us, even though I was kind of like thinking, well, I shouldn't have needed to do that. I should have just done it when I solved the puzzle. So that was a little bit annoying. Not enough to take a point away though, but just slightly frustrating.
Still 9.5. That's still pretty good. I mean, most people, right? They're giving the pretty high reviews for the most part.
Yeah, but I still couldn't give it perfect
definitely.
with the issues.
Definitely delivered.
Oh yeah.
It appears.
Oh yeah. I'm just lost to know. I got a super chat in that stream that I didn't read fully, apparently, because I didn't realize this. It was from Waleed. He said, "Thanks for streaming," and then I didn't see the comment at the end. It's like top 10 game on PSVR 2 ? I didn't see that question. I'm sorry, Waleed, if you're seeing this now, but yes, I would say it's a top 10 game.
Damn.
Top 5? Top 5? Too early to tell. Give it some time.
I'm just
You
trying
have
to
to
think of the
like
other games.
let it digest. Yeah.
Good dog, bad dog.
How do you compare it to like Pavlov? Like how do you decide
Well,
which is better? Because they're both completely different
just
and they both do what they do very
quality.
well.
Yeah,
Just-
They're both
just
very high
strict-
quality, and then Gran Turismo and
Yeah.
the Resident Evil games. It's hard, it's definitely
Yeah.
top 10. Maybe top 5 might be a bit more of a stretch.
Yeah.
If you're mad into horror though.
Like you don't take into account like how many hours you get of it. Like you can't compare that. Like Gran Turismo 7 or Madison. Of course, you can play Gran Turismo like all year long, but
Yeah.
just on what
Yeah,
it's meant to
it's-
be, what it's meant to be, and like the quality of it is basically how you have to look at.
If I look at it,
Top
if I look at
10
it that
list.
way, then maybe it is top 5. Like maybe I probably would say this is a better game than Gran Turismo 7 because I'm more of a fan of horror than I am of racing games.
Fair enough.
How
So that's
about-
personal though.
Yeah.
How about the controllers? Like, okay, because this game is on the PC and it's on the PlayStation. The feedback on the controllers, the headset, is that pretty
yeah,
obvious?
very
Is it
good.
barely there?
There's,
Okay.
There's points where like your main character would say he's got like a condition, and then there's points where he gets these symptoms from his conditions, and then your head starts to vibrate, and it's like it's like
Damn.
oh Jesus, it's good. Okay. And anytime your hand bumps into a wall or something, then your hand like slightly vibrates, and that was frightening me because I wouldn't realize my hand was bumping into the wall. I was like, oh God, what's touching my hand? Like I'd be at a point where the lights are flickering or something and you're on edge and then something like that happens and scares you.
Okay. Fine.
But yeah, really good game. And the sound design really good as well. Like when the thing is whispering your name and
I think
your hair is raised on the back of your neck.
Decepticon said it was pretty like fucked up. Like it wasn't like silly shit. It was like fucked up shit. Like it was good.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It is fucked up, and it's like, you know what's interesting is like the background story to it was kind of interesting. Like when you're playing Exorcist or when you're playing like Paranormal Activity, like I never really cared too much about the story going on there. Whereas with Madison, they don't spoon feed you the story, but there's enough there that you like if you pay attention, you put everything together, you can kind of get the gist of what was going on, and it's interesting.
Right.
And it has collectibles too, so there is replayability, and there's a hard mode as well. I'm not sure what that does, like what the difference is between hard mode and normal.
Yeah, I was wondering that too because there's not combat. And
Maybe
it's like
different puzzles or
they
more
couldn't
difficult
change
puzzles,
they couldn't
maybe.
change they couldn't add puzzles because
But
they
more
didn't
difficult ones, like
change
they
anything.
increase the difficulty of the puzzles, or like the solution might be more convoluted, or instead of 3
Nah.
steps, it might need 5 steps or something like that. I don't know. I'm just
But
guessing.
that would mean that would be adding more to the game though, wouldn't it? Like they didn't change anything. This is just a straight port from like the flat to
Yeah.
VR, so it's not like they could change the puzzles.
Yeah,
Are
I
you?
think this is
I
it.
don't
Have you played
I
the
don't know
flat
what
one?
they would. No, but
Oh,
like
but maybe like the flat.
they
Are you saying the flat version doesn't have a hard mode?
I have no idea. All I
Oh,
know is that
okay.
this is supposed to be just a straight port from the flat version to like the VR one, right? They didn't like change anything in the VR,
But maybe
right?
maybe the flat version did have a hard mode that did change things as well. Because I don't know.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
looked into it.
Yeah, if that's the case, then maybe.
So yeah, that adds replayability. So I can't like. Can you even fully reviews if you haven't tried the hard mode? And I don't know. I think they might
Sure.
limit. Maybe they limit the amount of pictures you can take as well in hard mode.
Oh, maybe.
That could be the trick. Um, sorry. Rogue says, "Okay, well, prove it, lol." I assume he's talking maybe to Muzz from earlier on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LSB
Must
shaking
be
his
true.
head. I'm 15 minutes late. You're here now, LSB. Chop says that wasn't scary.
Damn.
What's he talking about? Is he talking about Resident Evil 7? Or is he talking
Probably.
about
I
Madison?
have no idea.
Destiny says there's a
He's
magnifying
talking
glass.
about his heart attack. It wasn't scary at all.
Yeah. There's a magnifying glass trigger interaction. Yes, there is. But that's sometimes that's just to get Luca, who's your character, to just like speak about what the object is. I'm not sure if that's actually to get him to touch it. Maybe it is though. I can't remember. Importance of speaking of puzzles, you gotta do Red Master 2 next. Yes, Red Master 2 is. Have Red Master 1. Red Master 2 is on the.
Finish it
to-do
already?
list.
First
I
one?
finished it on PSVR 1, and then I got the remake.
Okay.
A review code for the remake, but I haven't finished that.
So you already played the first one. You haven't played the second one.
I've never touched the second one, though. Which is.
Yeah,
I need to fix
I wouldn't.
that.
I wouldn't bother playing the first one again before you play the second. I would just go right into the second one and then circle back to playing like the better looking first game if you want. But
Yeah. Rogue says, don't forget the red arrows, too. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, that. Yeah. He's on about they give you some hints for a puzzle, and it's like it was a little bit vague, but maybe I was being too stupid. I don't know, but it felt a little bit vague.
Probably.
And yeah, well, we'll see you. We'll see how you get on when you stream us, Jackpot.
You won't get nothing. I'm not gonna.
Chops has got to bounce. Miss you all. Hopefully, I'll be up for playing something soon. Have a good night, y'all. GC.
later, chap.
GG. Chop, take care. Mind yourself. Rest
GG,
up.
Chop.
Get well soon. Recover. Okay. So that's Madison topic out of the way. It's an amazing game, and if you like horror,
Done.
you have to get it. You have to do it.
You did it.
Let's go for the big news, which is PlayStation. We know that Jim Ryan was leaving in March. We didn't know who was going to come in to replace him, and now we know it's not one man, but it's 2 men replacing him. So there's co-CEOs, Herman Hulst, and let me get the notes up.
The dynamic duo
Nishino
is what they call
is
them.
the surname of the other dude. I can't remember. Hideaki Nishino, I think.
Damn, dude looks fake.
So yeah,
For filters.
well, these are the picture I have on the screen is real. The one in the thumbnail, I've messed with them.
I know, bitch. I think this one.
I haven't touched these
The
ones.
dude in the suit looks fucking filtered as shit.
You reckon?
I reckon.
Anyway, Herman Hulst will be over PS Studios and their IP, so he'll be handling all the first-party stuff, and I think that includes like television and other media and stuff as well. Whereas Hideaki Nishino will be over hardware and services. So now, what's important about this for PSVR 2 is that Hideaki was like one of the big names behind PSVR 2. Anytime in the lead up to launch, there was a big article about PSVR 2. It was by him on the PlayStation blog, and when they had that video where they're doing the breakdown, it was him there guiding us through it. So I think he was very, a big force behind PSVR 2. So this could be really, really good news for us, to have him as a CEO. I know he's like because Herman is over the first party, he probably can't make them do The Last of Us VR or whatever like that. But he's over third party, and he's over hardware and services. So
Yeah,
there's a good
which
chance.
is exactly what PSVR 2 is, hardware. So
Yeah. So if he can convince those third party studios as well to keep them coming in, and if he's fighting, like holding, or what's the word, holding a candle, burning the torch, I can't remember what the correct term is, but if he's fighting the fight for PSVR 2, then that's really, really good news potentially for us, because I've been hearing a lot of doom and gloom, and maybe this is that light at the end of the tunnel.
you've been hearing doom and gloom. We've been talking doom and gloom.
Well, I've been repeating what I've been hearing from sources.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Herman Hulst, I'm a little
He
bit...
got no sources.
I got
Don't lie to
sources.
anybody.
I got sources.
His source. He's got sources.
He got nobody.
Herman Hulst, I'm a little... Like, Herman Hulst comes from a gaming background. He was at Guerrilla Games. He was behind Killzone. He was behind the first Horizon game, and then he got promoted to, like, president of PlayStation or whatever. Whatever Shuhei Yoshida's old job was, he took that. And now he's CEO. I don't know how I feel about him being there. Like, you think it would be good because he's got that gaming background, but I've heard mixed things about him, so that remains to be seen. However, Nishino is giving me a bit of hope for PSVR 2. I don't want to say I'm excited, but I'm getting a bit optimistic about this.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what his first. I don't know what he'll like. What his first action will be with PSVR 2, or if we'll even know when it happens. But I guess
I would like to announce that we're canceling PSVR 2. Goodbye.
No refund.
As my first act as co-CEO.
I hated that thing. I hated it the whole time they made me work on it. I'm free now. But yeah, sorry. But
There's that doom and gloom. There's that doom and gloom
Can't keep it
again.
away.
I've been
I can't
hearing
keep it
about.
away. Listen, all they have to do is prove me wrong, show me the support that they've got cooking for PSVR 2, and that'll shut me right up.
Which we might be seeing sooner than
hopefully soon. We can get that to lead into the next topic, because this topic, it's big, it's exciting, but we can roll us into the next one, which is the showcase, which we were kind of hoping would be this week, but it's looking like it's not going to happen now. Not this week anyway. But when they announced this news, there was an email from the chairman at Sony, who is... So both of these lads would report to this guy. He's Totoki. I think he's like interim, so he's not permanent. But for right now, he's like the big boss at Sony. Hiroki Totoki. He sent out an email to all the staff announcing the new CEOs, and he's like, we're going to be showing the long-term vision for Sony later this month. So that's not just PlayStation now. He's saying Sony overall. But PlayStation is a massive part of Sony. I think it's actually their main money maker, like 36% or something like that of their revenue comes from PlayStation. Whereas like movies or whatever is like slightly below that.
Spider-Man is the rest. Spider-Man. That's all. That's the rest of their income.
But yeah, it sounds like the way he's wording it. I think he said coming weeks or some like the end of the month. I got this from Push Square. They're saying the end of the month, although they never quote exactly where he said the end of the month. He said the coming weeks. So maybe they're just guessing it. But regardless, it sounds like fairly soon Sony are going to be showing us their future plans for PlayStation, hopefully. Which would line up because, it's been a year since we've had a showcase from them. They did it at the end of May last year, so do that. Maybe could be like an annual thing. We're getting close to that E3 kind of time where all of these big publishers have stuff to show off usually.
And get people hyped for the holiday season coming up.
Yeah, and if there is a PS5 Pro as well, like they have to start talking about that soon as well. So, that could be the place to do it also. And we'll see if they have plans for PSVR 2.
Well, yeah, we can go into the next thing as well. That leads right into that is the reason why they could have something about VR is because some people got their hands on Behemoth recently.
All right, yeah, okay.
So,
finally, I thought that game was never gonna come out.
Could talk about that.
Yeah.
Let me jump down. Where's Behemoth? There it is.
GT
Okay.
and others got to play
so
some of Behemoth.
it was Mike, Virtual Reality Oasis, and GT. I saw a picture of the two of them together. I assume there's other content creators out there who were also invited, but they went to Skydance Interactive Studios, and presumably they went hands-on with the game, and they won't be able to talk about us until some embargo date lifts. Maybe it could be a PlayStation showcase. Maybe it could be a Mesa.
Yeah.
Are Mesa having an event? I think they've got one coming up too, haven't they?
They always have new stuff coming out. It's just great.
But the interesting thing was GT said they were showing us on PSVR 2, so they didn't have
There
to
you
put
go.
on the Mesa version.
What's better?
So
It's better than the PSVR 2.
hopefully that means the best version is PSVR 2, and that's why they're showing off that.
Yeah.
Thingies
And it's
crossed.
also good news because now we can just assume that it will be launched on both at the same time, and we don't have to have like a weird delay for
Yeah,
the PSVR 2.
I always assumed that anyway, but I mean,
Yeah.
you can never assume anything, I suppose. So that's a fair point.
Is it just me or there's like a staticky sound?
I'm not hearing anything.
No.
I hear the fan when Muzz speaks, but is it just when Muzz speaks or all the time?
I don't know. I think it went away now.
Okay.
It's probably. Do you hear it now that I'm talking?
No,
hear
it's
your
not the
fan.
fan.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was something else. I think it got fixed. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Anyone in the chat here static, let us know. And I won't do anything about it because I don't know how to. Let me catch up in the chat a little bit. Oh,
They
Donnie's
all
here,
left.
just in time. And Space Denizen, how you doing? Important says maybe they'll make the genius move of letting people gift games from the PS Store. That's crazy how that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Only Steam does it. You can't do it on Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation.
You can do it on Questicle.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Yeah,
It just
and
seems
then
like a basic
not
thing.
only that. Yeah, and not only that, you can refer apps. Let's say that you buy Firewall 0 Hour, right? And then you refer that game to another player, and if that player buys that game, you get $5, and the player that gets the referral gets 20% off the game.
That's crazy.
So you can just build up your fucking
Yeah.
But that's
The reason why it doesn't, the reason why it makes zero sense is I could go out to a store and buy like a PlayStation, like $50 PlayStation Network card, and just give somebody the code, and then they can use that code to download a game. So it's just like an extra step instead of just
That's
buying
true.
the game and gifting
That's
it to
true.
them.
But those
Like,
extra
what's-
steps do put like they're barriers, you know. People are lazy. If there's a button that just lets you fucking buy, like especially if something goes on sale and it's like, you know, only $10, and it's like shit, I'll just grab that and gift it to my pal here.
or if it's
Helldivers
another
2 or
country
whatever,
too.
you know?
Yeah, if it's another
But
country.
why would they
yeah.
care? They're still making the money off the game. It's not like anyone's stealing it. It's
No,
dumb.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know the logic.
When you're doing this on Steam, does it work across countries? Can you, like, someone in America gift someone in Ireland, for example, or does it only have to be like the same region?
I don't know.
Well-
Sometimes when I download like CD Keys, which is a popular website to download Steam keys, it says Europe or America. Whatever. So I don't know if you can, but I'm assuming you can. I don't know.
Well, PlayStation Network cards. If I bought one, I could only use that in Canada. Like I couldn't give you that because it's made for like Canadian currency, not. So
Monopoly.
it wouldn't let. Obviously, that would be pretty sweet if I could buy a $50 PlayStation Network card and then give it to someone in the States because $50 there is a lot more than
Yeah,
$50 here.
Translates.
Yeah.
Sadly,
Get-
can't
yeah.
be done. Donnie says, do either of these bums like VR, and what does this mean for the future of PSVR 2 moving forward? He's obviously talking about Herman Hulst, and
No, he's talking about us.
it's a good question as well. But yeah, I don't think Herman Hulst does. I don't think he likes VR. At least I don't see it. Love to be proven wrong about
Maybe
that. But Nishino?
he loves.
Maybe Nishino. Although they do list here that he's over hardware and services, but I'm nearly sure I read somewhere else that he's also over third party as well, which seems really important for us. We keep getting that third party support because that's what we are relying on third party right now. 2024 still has a lot of good games coming out. Wanderer, Alien, somebody else fill in the blank. Fucking
Tibu.
Metro. You know, there's Tibu. There you go. There he is. But they're all third party. Give him a rub, Muzz.
Oh, there he
Give
is.
him a rub. There you go. Does he speak? Make him speak.
No, he's really quiet. He'll open his mouth and nothing comes out. Like he doesn't meow.
Damn. Too
Well,
scared to
he
speak.
kind of has
He
like
took his vocal cords out.
yeah.
Making too much noise.
None of that
purring
noise.
at night. I can't sleep with that damn purring. Amanda,
No,
get the scissors.
He doesn't have like a regular meow. Like he more like kind of chirps when he opens his mouth, like a little.
Interesting.
voice.
Was
Chirps like
he
a bird.
Raised by birds.
Yeah.
Mark
Weird twist.
Smith.
A weird twist. Raised by birds.
How you doing, Mark Smith? Mark Smith just typing in nonsense in the chat. I don't know. It's like a different language. I don't know what that is. Which is strange from someone called Mark Smith. Anyway, Saturday Night Live reference. Sorry, what the fuck is Saturday Night Live?
Really? I know you live in Ireland, but
Oh, the
know
American
what that
comedy thing.
meant.
Sorry, yeah, I don't. Yeah, we don't like. I only see clips of it. I've never seen like an actual episode. I've seen like Ryan Gosling ones recently where he's like Beavis and Butthead or something.
yeah.
But
Most of the new stuff isn't that great. Like the old classic ones back in like the when Adam Sandler like and those guys were way back then. That was really good stuff.
damn, Adam Sandler used to be funny. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, he used to be.
Don't tell me about it. I'm saying.
I knew I was going to get a reaction out of Jackpot. He's he's
Don't
your
mess with
favorite
the
actor.
Zohan.
He's your favorite actor, isn't it? That's your favorite
Nah.
movie.
No, he's not.
That's
No,
your
he's
favorite
not.
movie, isn't it?
It's a
Don't
good
mess with the
movie.
Zohan.
It's a good movie.
That's your favorite?
When it was back when Norm Macdonald used to do the news
Oh,
segments.
he's
That was
good.
a good.
I like that too.
That was a good.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, good comedian.
Donnie says, so what you're saying in regards to the two new CEOs is don't trust the white guy. Well, I wasn't trying to make it a racial thing, Donnie. However, yes. LSB says, for God's sake, I don't speak Japanese. That must be more reference to Saturday Night Live. PSVR 2 being superior always has a launch delay, says Donnie. It's because it's not the lead platform. Quest is always the lead platform. So when there is delays, that's the reason why. They prioritize where the money is. And the money is not on PSVR 2. Roy Schwartz be peeping. And Honey Badger's here. How you doing, Honey Badger? He says you can get gifts from other countries via Steam. Got some from American profiles before. Damn. Selling them feet pics online in exchange for them Steam games from them gullible Americans. Am I right, Cousin John? Gotta respect the hustle. Jeremiah, nice to see you. He says I would use the gift thing all the time on PSN if it was a thing. I think a lot of people would.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like people out there who just like want to play a certain game with their friend. Helldivers 2 is a good example. It's like, I know you'd love it, and they're like, I don't have the money right now. It's like, well, it's only $40. I'll toss it your way, you know. LSP says gifting encourages good online behavior.
Yeah, you got to think with a game like Helldivers, if you could gift a game, if someone could have gifted their friend that game, do you think it would have like increased the overall sales of Helldivers like a decent amount, like 10% increase in sales? Like
Yeah, I
every
think so.
every game gets increased, you'd imagine.
yeah,
But especially a
like
game like that.
even like 20% increase just because people wanted to buy it for their friends to get them in the group and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine like us, even we could do competitions where it's like, okay, we'll fucking walk about mini golf. We'll buy you the new course if you get certain questions right or like and subscribe or some shit like that. It would just be so much easier.
Yeah.
Donnie says it's not static, more like a background fan blowing and it happens randomly. It's Muzz's fan then, that's what you're hearing. Unless Jackpot's talking about a different sound, I don't know.
I'm just gonna turn it down.
It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Like,
No. You're fine. It wasn't your fan, but I can't even hear your fan anymore. But it wasn't your fan. But it's gone now. It was like
he's
a
got-
very weird static.
He's got a noise cancellation thing, so when he speaks, then you can hear his background. But when he stops speaking, you can't hear anything.
I don't know what you're
Sorry,
talking
you
about.
didn't have to do that, Muzz.
No, you're good, Muzz.
LSB says it's fun to gift to your friends and receive gifts as well. Bit of an ominous. I didn't like the way you said that, LSB. Bit ominous, especially with the 3 dots at the end. It's a bit creepy. The way you
Yeah.
said that is a bit creepy. I'm sorry.
He's a creep though, so
Donnie says, "What are these friends you all speak of?" Damn, Donnie, bringing us down, reminding us we have nobody in this world except ourselves. LSB says, "Nice shirt, Muzz."
I have my cat. My cat's over there.
There you go. That's right. He'll never let you down.
Nope.
He'll never talk back to you either, will he? You've made sure of that,
Nope.
Muzz. You've made sure of that.
Step 1, remove the talkback.
LSB is also complimenting your t-shirt, Muzz. So you got a lot of
thanks.
fans of your t-shirt tonight. Rogue says
Nice.
Steam and meta gifting has worked every time for US to Australia for me.
Damn.
There you go. Probably works then.
Nice.
Honey Badger also confirms. And Honey Badger says they can't, so no, say no, maybe, to my plump potatoes. Damn, that's what he calls them.
Damn.
Peeled in potatoes. That's when he takes off his socks. They say, peel your potatoes for me. And then he just removes the sock. Gets it out
Disgusting.
there. It is disgusting. Honey Badger says Xbox is gifting. Surprised it's not on PS. I did not know Xbox had gifting. That's
So everybody gives except PlayStation.
No, that's not
I don't
true.
care.
But that's a huge shock to me. And to actually, because Honey Badger is a massive Xbox fanboy, I'm going to go ahead and call that a lie. Probably spreading misinformation to make Xbox look better, and God knows they need it right now. After all them studio closures, how can you show your face even, Honey Badger? After what Phil is doing behind the scenes, and he's been very quiet. Phil Spencer. He's never been more quiet than he is right now. He hasn't spoken in weeks.
Because there's pretty much zero stuff he could say to like make it look good. It's like, why bother?
Yeah.
It makes total sense though, logically. Like you spend $60 billion on some companies, and then after a year, you close them. You start closing them down. That's
I want to say 77 billion. That's just what I want to point out there, not 60.
Oh, there you go. I was ballparking it, but if you want to be exact,
yeah, I know. But
exact.
Well, 17 billion is a difference. It's a big difference. Honey Badger says.
Oh no, that was Activision. Never mind. I was talking about Activision.
It was it's because of Call of Duty. They're prioritizing Call of Duty. So if you're not Call of Duty, or if you're not Skyrim or fucking Fallout, then you can get fucked.
Yeah,
is what's going on over there. Moving to PC, that's how I can show my face. The classic maneuver of Xbox has fallen apart, so let's run off to PC. Make me sick, Honey Badger. At least go down with the ship like a man. When PlayStation eventually crashes and burns, I'll be going down with that ship.
Idiot.
I'll get a PC, but not for gaming. I'd never use it for gaming. It's for spreadsheets. It's maybe Minesweeper. Maybe.
Why wouldn't you use it for gaming?
It's for all the fancy bar charts that you got going on.
That computer you shared.
Pretty awesome
bar charts. You shared on
those rigs.
On the Discord, that shit can stream. That shit can run VR once the PSVR 2 comes available on the PC.
Yeah, you'll just use the WASD to walk around in the game like an idiot. Is that what you want? No, thank you. Not me.
What are you talking?
Jeremiah says he is Canadian. What the hell does he need a fan for? It's a good question. The heat must be getting crazy over there, Muzz. Does Canada have some remote tropical province I've not heard of? Says Jeremiah.
No, we just have summer.
There we go.
Don't know what to tell you. It doesn't get warm.
Everything you've heard about Canada is a lie, Jeremiah. The Drummond 77.
It's probably mostly true.
The Drummond 77 says, "What are you all looking forward to hearing in the showcase?" Well, anything PSVR 2 would be cool. If you want to talk about flat, then I'm looking forward to hearing that Silent Hill 2 remake release date. But when it comes to in general just PSVR 2, but I'm keeping my expectations really, really low.
Well, you gotta think that we're gonna see Behemoth. There's no way that they have have YouTubers going hands on with it and then they don't show it off soon. Why would they?
Are you guys really, really excited for that game? I'm more excited for the flying game, to be honest.
Aces of Thunder.
Oh, I can't wait for Aces of Thunder, but I think this game is probably going to be shockingly good. I think
the only reason I'm not really super hyped about Behemoth is because all they've shown is the CG trailer, so I've got nothing really to go by.
Well, yeah.
And it's running on a Quest 2 as well, so I've got to be keep it in my mind. Whatever it is, it's going to be held back by Quest 2.
No.
It is. That's the facts. If it's running on a Quest 2, it's held back by a Quest 2. All right, that's just the facts. That doesn't mean it's not going to be amazing. I'm not saying it won't be amazing. I'm just saying.
It could. Well, they could easily make it look way sharper and better on a PlayStation VR 2, though. If they use dynamic foveated rendering and all that kind of stuff. Which I hope for a game like this, they really gotta if there's any game that they're gonna use the foveated rendering on, you'd think it would be this game. Like, why would they not?
I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't know what engine it's running on. I do know Skydance Interactive. They're the ones behind the Walking Dead games, so that's like, I mean, that alone should be reason to get excited for it. They've got a really good, or Saints and Sinners.
Yeah.
I should specify because there's a few Walking Dead games and some of them aren't as good as the other ones. But Saints and Sinners, amazing games. So, you know, I got high hopes for Behemoth. Will we see it? Probably. You know, if was this
very,
announced?
very good
Was
chance.
this announced at a PlayStation State of Play event, or was it a Mesa thing? I had it in my head
It
it was
was-
Mesa, but the fact that you're
It
saying
was PlayStation.
okay,
It was PlayStation.
okay, then I'm convinced it's going to be there. And Aces of Thunder was revealed, I think, on PlayStation. I don't know if it was at a State of Play, but it was like a PlayStation blog post, maybe at least. And it's exclusive to PlayStation VR 2. So
Yeah.
surely that'll have to be there too. If they show any VR stuff, it'll be Behemoth
Yeah.
and Aces of Thunder.
Yeah.
I
And
hope
then
so.
hopefully surprises as well. But you never know. You never know.
I don't. Fuck, man. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe it'll be like the best case scenario. They'll have like the stealth drop, like, and you can play it now. It's available
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. They do
I
that.
think they do that for Aces of Thunder, though. They probably do that shit for that one. I don't know for this, but it will be.
No,
cool.
I'm talking about Aces. I'm not talking about.
Oh yeah. Dude, I think they might. That would be cool.
But it's like the studio that does Aces of Thunder, they're like Gaijin Interactive. They're not small, you know? Not like Project Wingman. They're kind of really small.
Yeah.
These are the guys behind War Thunder, which is like huge on PC.
It's really. I've seen some videos lately. Now that this game is coming out of that, and it's good, dude. I mean, I don't know about this game coming out, but the same devs for the other War Thunder, whatever it's fucking called.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm just scared again. We talked about this. I'm hoping that at least is 3v3, 4v4.
No, come on, you can't say 3v3. That's
I say at least.
minimum 4v4.
I know, but if it's 3v3, I'll be very sad, but I will still be like, all right. If it's 2v2, I'll just be fucking disappointed.
But you still buy it though, won't you? If it's 2v2.
If
Would
it's
you?
like
Maybe you
$40,
wouldn't.
I don't know.
I don't think I
If it's
would.
$40, it's too
Yeah.
much.
Okay.
If it was only 2v2, I wouldn't buy
But
it.
what if it
We
had
need
like
like
a bunch of
eight
co-op
fucking
modes
people in there.
with like player versus AIs? You know, team up with two pals and take on a bunch of AI shit and do missions or whatever.
I don't know.
Maybe, but depends on the price. For me, if it has 8 players, right, 4 in each team, at least, then that sure I'll do $40 with the campaign. If it has that and then co-op, I'll be fucking excited. Which I don't think it will. I think it'll be single player and then the multiplayer. But I'm scared, dude, because I really, really want to play that fucking game. I'm very excited, but I'm scared it's gonna be disappointing because of the amount of players we can do multiplayer. Not because of the graphics, everything we've seen, it looks great. So that's why I'm even more scared.
I'm actually pretty convinced it's going to be a pretty big player count. I'm just more concerned about what's going to keep you hooked playing. Like, I want to know how like the upgrade system works for like upgrading your plane. Like, how many different weapons can you like install on it for like shooting better? Like after like going through matches and leveling up your.
What's the hope for you? What would be the ideal system for you to keep you coming back?
I don't
battle
like
pass
a
type
general.
thing, or
Just like a general thing, if you like something like Firewall 0 Hour, like how they did it, like just like as you level up, you unlock like, oh, you can install this machine gun on your wing now, like something like that, or now you have access to like a box of grenades that you can chuck out your window or something like that. I don't know.
It would be cool if they had some
Just
perks
anything
too,
they can-
like 3 or 2 perks, and you can swap around. Like, you know, one of them, the fucking cooling system for, you know, when the machine gun gets, you know, heat up, it's a little bit faster cool up, or you know what I mean, different shit like that. An extra fucking missile or whatever, things like that. I think like if they add a lot of things, like Mus is saying, I think they'll make the game a lot more playable for a long time.
Yeah, like it can't just be like, okay, getting your plane and you don't really level up at all. You just go into the match over and over again. It would just kind of like, okay, well, it just spinning
well, here's
wheels
the thing
kinda
with
thing.
them is like they've got so much experience with this with War Thunder that they should know immediately how to do this. Like, they shouldn't be a learning experience for them. They should know this is
I'm
what
sure they
players
have it
want.
all.
This is what players come back to again and again. So
Yeah.
I'm confident enough in that aspect. But like, I think I'm probably more like Jackpot, where I'd be worried that maybe they can't get 4v4 on PSVR 2 for whatever reason at the fidelity that they want. But I'm hopeful. I'm
there's
hopeful
no-
for 6v6.
well-
Like 6v6, I'd be happy with that.
Fuck,
66,
66
yeah.
will be amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's totally doable. Look what they can do with Gran Turismo 7. Like
But
you can have like
they got like
you can have
damage and,
12.
Like, there's a lot more going on, I think, in like.
I don't know,
Ace of
man.
Thunder,
Those
maybe.
I don't know.
you're ripping around the track pretty fast in Gran Turismo, and you can have like over 12 people in a race. Like
Yeah,
That's-
and I'm hoping that there's private lobbies too. That we can do private lobbies either with invites or with codes that we share.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that when we want to join online, let's say it's 6v6, right? And it's only 3 of us. I hope there's an option for it to be like, hey, we don't want to get more players in our party. We just want to do 3. I hope
Yeah.
we don't get
Yeah.
randoms
Yeah.
because then I just want to play with 3 of my friends, and I don't want like some squeakers maybe or something. Playing our team.
Yeah, well, look, it's
So
fine.
I just
like-
hope
These
that
are-
gets.
These are things you
LSB
expect.
LSB just mentioned too the squadrons. I think squadrons was 5v5. So like if they could do like that many
That was a
people
good game.
On PSVR 1,
on PSVR 1, I'm
Yeah.
sure they can handle more on the PlayStation VR 2.
hopefully. I'm just going to try and catch up on some of the chats.
Yeah, that's day 1 by for me.
Yeah, unless they do something like really stupid.
Right.
But I
Don't
can't
pre-order.
I can't see what. Honey Badger says, lost all faith in them sheltering studios when they still haven't produced a banger in a while. Damn, Badger's gone off the Microsoft train. It's gone. He's given up on them.
Good for you.
You're missing out on so much Unreal games if you don't play on PCs, says Honey Badger. Says the guy who hasn't played on PC in like 10 years. Come on. Come on. You're flipping. You're flopping. Pumpkin's PCs is only for Minesweeper, and Barger's only Donnie knows. Thank you, Donnie. Donnie gets me. Why does Donnie get me more than my own flesh and blood? Huh? Reg says, would you say the same about Saints and Sinners? That it's held back by Quest? Absolutely it is. I mean, it's a great game, and this is what I'm saying. Something can be held back by something. That doesn't mean it's bad. I'm just saying, like, I'm always going to know it's not reaching the full potential it could do. Like, imagine a Saints and Sinners that was built ground up for PSVR 2. Compared to what we have, I think it would look leaps and bounds.
It looks-
And it wouldn't be just visually either. It'd be like more enemies on
Yeah.
the screen, more, like less loading screens. Like maybe you wouldn't have to load into areas constantly from the boat. That could be a big thing. Bigger areas. The streets are very small in Saints and Sinners, like the little areas you're in. They'll just be, it'll
Yeah.
be bigger and better in every way, I think.
It does. It definitely looks better on PlayStation VR 2, but it would be maybe bigger in scope, like
Yeah,
different size.
it's the gameplay stuff that matters to me. Like everyone keeps like
I
when I
mean-
say this, everyone's like, "Oh, you're talking about graphics. You're so shallow and blah blah blah." But it's like, no, it's not about.
Well,
graphics.
you always talk about graphics. So
That's
what
that's
people
like the
assume.
first symptom though. Like that's when you see a Quest game and it's got that ugly mobile graphics. It's like, oh boy, here we go. But if it has everything else is amazing, then that's fine. You can get over that. But because 100% Saints and Sinners was held back by Quest. You can't convince me it wasn't.
Yep.
Doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's one of my favorite games in VR.
10 out of 10.
Just saying, it could be 11 out of 10. Jeremiah says, I'm stuffed up Canada's ass. I can't imagine it's way warmer a couple of 100 miles north. We were saying you're not too far from the border, Muzz. From like Detroit or something.
Yeah, about like a 2-hour drive
There you go.
to get to Detroit.
Damn. That's close.
Jeremiah says, the War Thunder guys also do Enlisted. That game would be awesome in VR. I actually don't know that. what that is.
Oh, Enlisted. I think that's the newer one that we tried to play that was a fucking janky. It's like a scary Phasmo-ish kind of game, but you have like suits on, like hazmat suits looking. I think that's the one. It was like on sale for like $4.
No. You're thinking of that fucking co-op, that 4-player co-op game where... what the fuck's it called?
I'll tell you right now, bitch, because I got it on my Steam.
It's like really popular there for a few months with like all the streamers. Something Inc. or something Company.
Company.
Yeah, like something Inc. Like Incorporated. Or,
Something.
Yeah,
Yes,
something
bitch.
Inc.
It was
Incorporated.
something.
Something.
No. You're wrong. I'll tell you right now.
I
It's
bet
loading.
Jeremiah is what?
I'll tell you right now.
I bet it's not
It's
enlisted.
called.
Enlisted is probably like a Call of Duty type.
Oh
or
no,
Battlefield
never
type
What do you
thing.
what do you what do you
Inverse.
what are you
Inverse
typing in
is
the
what I'm
search bar?
thinking.
Something.
something pink.
I
Inverse
said
is the game
pink.
that I
I
was
said
thinking about.
ink.
Whatever.
Inverse.
Nobody
Yeah.
can understand your
Yeah,
accent. So
shut up. Donnie says I have them both, but once I start them, I won't want. Oh, he's talking about Sense of Sinners to somebody else. Sorry about that. Bad Robo is here. How you doing, Bad Robo? Nice to see you again. If anyone doesn't know Bad Robo, one of the top dogs on Dreams. He was able to make some magic over there.
nice.
Speaking of Dreams, just getting myself depressed thinking about that. Rogue says released on PSVR 1 first, lol. But yeah, PSVR 1 was holding it back too. That was hardware from it was running on a PS4, and PS4 came out in 2013, so definitely being held back there as well. But the point is the same. Okay, you can say maybe I got it wrong by saying Quest held it back, but my point is Dazed Hardware held it back. So with Behemoth, when that comes out, in the back of my mind, no matter how good it is, I'm going to be thinking Dazed Hardware or mobile hardware.
Because you're a negative Nancy.
holding it
You
back.
think with negative thoughts
It
instead of
could
be like,
be
damn,
better.
look at this
I
fucking
see how
game.
things could be better. The scope could
Yeah,
be
if it
better.
was
Listen, when we
PSVR
see
2
actual
only, yeah.
gameplay, I'm not going to talk anything about it until we see gameplay. But then once we see the gameplay, I'm
But
going to be like,
still.
oh, that would look better. This here would be better. This over here might be bigger. There might be more enemies
Yeah.
over here. Less loading screens over there, whatever.
Yeah, we just need more exclusives, that are only on the PSVR 2, so they can just focus on that.
There you go. Look
But we
at
don't.
Madison. Look, Madison looks really good. Like it doesn't look like a Dazed game. That looks like a modern game.
They're gonna show off the trailer and be like, midway through development, we decided to change up our approach, and we went to this pixel animation.
Cell shaded.
Like
you like cell shaded,
retro.
don't you?
We decided to go pixel animation, retro looking game, kind of for that nostalgia feel.
We scrapped it. We're making Gorn 2 instead.
Damn. Gorn.
Right.
That game.
Riggs is 6
You can
months
still
late on
climb. You can
Quest.
still climb things, but the monsters are also pixelated.
Yeah, they're like fucking Minecraft. Tall Minecraft enemies. Better textures, better lighting. That's true, but that's visual stuff, LSP, which is less important to me, despite what some may claim. Chap says, and Crossout, my favorite game. Oh, we're behind Crossout.
Crossout. Are they?
That's what he's saying. Must be Gaijin Interactive behind Crossout too. What is
That
this?
game will be
That's my-
sick in VR, to be honest. Have you played that game?
Yeah, any character. I downloaded it, but then I never got past the tutorial.
You
don't know
trash,
why. I don't know
probably.
why. And then I needed the space. I was like, I'm just going to delete this. Plus, it was flat,
Yeah, but that in VR will be cool. Me and Chop played it a couple years ago. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Customize the shit out of it.
Never played it again. Because it's so good. So good, you never played it for 2 years.
Because there's a lot of other shit.
Yeah, okay,
alright?
okay. But yeah, Donnie made a point about Phasmophobia. What is that? And it's like, I'm not even going to talk about Phasmophobia anymore.
It's never
Forget
coming.
that game.
It's never coming.
Forget that game.
Take it out of your brains.
Doesn't exist.
Maybe
it never
Halloween.
will
We might
exist.
talk about it again on Halloween. Until then. Had to come back and say
Disgusting.
that. Says Chopped. Goodbye again. Jeremiah says,
Goodbye, Chopped.
Enlisted is Battlefield, only not yet. See, I knew it
I
was gonna
see you in
be
another
Battlefield.
20 minutes, Chopped.
Yeah, he's listening. He's watching. I
Oh,
knew it
it's-
was going to be Battlefield-ish. Mark Smith says, "Got to run, boys. Thanks for the stream. Time to play with my toddlers. Take care, Mark Smith. Mind
GG.
yourself. GG. Enjoy the toddlers." Rig says, "Retribution was for a while also heralded as one of the best-looking games on PSVR 2. So interesting take. I've never heard anyone say it was the best-looking game on PSVR 2. I don't think. It was sharp. It looked nice, but it has that. It still kept the same style as the first game, which is what we're kind of just making fun of there. That cell shaded, or
I think the game looks
stylized.
great.
It does look good. I'm not saying it looks bad.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just
I
saying.
don't think the
best-
visually is that a problem at all. I just think it could, if they made a game like the next Saints and Sinner game that they make, if they make it like for PlayStation VR 2 on the PS5, they could make that game huge. They could make it like a co-op experience if they wanted. Yeah, like all that
Could
stuff.
be proper open world maybe, instead of the
Yeah,
broken up
exactly.
districts. Where am I? Bad Robo says, thanks, man. I'm doing something for PSVR 1 in Dreams, lol. I wonder what's it like on Dreams now in terms of activity. How many people are still there grinding day in, day out, making stuff?
Probably a lot.
Rogue says, but Madison could look identical, possibly even better on Quest 3 due to its small scope. You think Madison could look... Maybe. I don't know. I don't see how... I mean, they got that dynamic foveated rendering, having it looking that good on PSVR 2. But again, we're getting hung up on visuals. You know? And you're talking about having a small scope, because that's the only way the Quest can run it. Small scope. We talk about Saints and Sinners, it's forced to have a small scope. Or smaller scope than it could have. Chop says, sure is. I love that game. Chop's back again. Bad Robot says, and I must say that PSVR 1 is still okay. I haven't touched my PSVR 1 since PSVR 2. Have either of you?
No, I gave my PSVR to Amanda's nephews.
Okay.
Damn.
Have you touched yours since, Jackpot? Since PSVR
Fuck
2?
no.
No?
Fuck no.
Mine's here beside me, but all the wires and shit are in the attic and they'll never come down.
I don't even touch my PSVR 2. Yeah.
Damn. Why are you here?
I'm way. Listen, you haven't played it anymore. You're playing Madison, and I can't watch Madison because I don't want spoilers.
Okay.
But we play fucking. I'm waiting. I'm excited to play the fucking new Pavlov game mode.
Were you not there with us
Excited
that
to try
night?
the mini golf.
That new game mode is really
I
good.
couldn't.
That should be a topic.
Okay.
But fucking that new mode is really, really good.
Couldn't. Yeah, I'm excited to try that. I'm excited to try fucking mini golf.
Yes,
a lot of games.
I haven't got the new level. We'll have to do that soon as well. Maybe tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Chop says, build your own Mad Max-like vehicle. Yeah, but it's flat screen, Chopped. It's flat. I'd like any car combat. If Twisted Metal came out, if Crossed or Cross Out, whatever it is, if they got viewer support, I'd be there. Important says, Phasmophobia Phobia, the fear of Phasmophobia never being released. Chop says, Sooner Muzz, I'm still watching. My meds get me a little fucky, so I'm just watching. Damn.
A little fucky.
A little fucky? What does that mean? I think it means a little horny. He's feeling a little horny.
Yeah, he fucks everything.
LSP says Asgard's Wrath 2 is one of the biggest viewer games ever.
Damn, is that true? Because I have that game for free and I haven't tried it.
That is a really big game, so I mean that has some scope.
I'd have to look into it. I've literally never seen it, but I'd have to look into it. But I imagine the engine. I don't know what engine it's running on. I don't know how many years of development went into it.
45 years.
What I can say is that when Asgard's Wrath 2 was shown off, is that the first thing everyone said was, "Oh, it's a downgrade from Asgard's Wrath 1," which was on PC. Not saying it's a worse game. And again, that's just a visual thing, I suppose, as well. But that's the first thing I heard was downgrade, I don't know what the scope is like. I don't know if it's got big, intricate levels. I don't know if it's got a load of enemies on screen at once. I don't know if it's doing things that other, viewer games aren't doing better elsewhere. But anyway, Bad Robot says, imagine if someone wanted to make GT7 for Quest 3. All the physics, 20 cars on the track, ... It just couldn't be done. Look at the racing games that are on Quest 3. Look at Grid Legends. Or sorry, Quest. I should say that's Quest 2. LSB says nothing small about the scope of Asgard's Wrath 2. Again, I would say to you, if Asgard's Wrath 2 was built ground up for PSVR 2, then your version of Asgard's Wrath 2 might look smaller compared to that. Because I'm not the developer, I don't see what's behind it, but I do know that it's just basic common sense. You got more horsepower, you can do more things with PSVR 2. So again, doesn't mean it's a bad game. I'm not saying it's a bad game because it's on Quest. I'm just saying, when it comes to the multi-class...
Some games don't need to be more advanced, and they don't need to get all that extra power.
I'm not saying they don't, but I'm talking when it comes to a game like Behemoth, because Behemoth is the example. It's like, okay, well, there's massive fucking enemies here. Like, this is maybe where you need the horsepower to get everything looking really nice. Not that they won't have figured out an amazing system, but I'm just saying. Look, I mean, it's not just common sense. More horsepower means you can do more.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, the PS5 is capable of running bigger and better looking games than the Quest 3 in terms of its hardware.
That shouldn't be
Only
controversial.
if it would be supported.
That's a very logical statement to say.
There we go.
If you're just
But
comparing
for Pumpkins, he thinks it's the biggest statement he's ever said in his life. You know, he always gets everything wrong.
I'm dying on this.
No, but yeah, it's just sucks
Listen to me.
It
Listen.
sucks because the
PS5
power is
better.
there, but they don't support it as much as we would like because we know it's
100%,
there.
yeah.
So it's disappointing, but you know, it still just came out a year and something ago. So we'll fucking see. Maybe this dude starts pushing more things, and hopefully the fucking economy gets better for everybody. And maybe slowly we start getting some sprinkles here and there of good games that, you know, they're not pushed back by the, you know, standalone questicles.
Yeah, and like I understand why developers are targeting Quest. Obviously, that's where the money
Yeah.
is. I don't have any problem with them doing that. It makes sense from a business perspective. Sounds like there's a port to be filled on the TT podcast. If Jackpot isn't supposed to be there, no money. Don't worry, Jackpot's supposed to be here. Rogue says, yeah, but scope is an assumption when there's not much to compare to. That's more a symptom of VR games in general, which has only changed since flat to VR conversions, like the couple of AAA titles. My expectations from PSVR 1 to PSVR 2 are much higher now. And yeah, you're saying like the flat conversions are skewing our expectations, maybe, as if I'm understanding you correctly, is that I shouldn't expect games on the scope of Resident Evil 4, Gran Turismo 7, because those are, I don't know why I shouldn't, but the point is I will do that because I've seen it possible. I've seen it on Resident Evil 7 on PSVR 1, I've seen it on Resident Evil 8, 4, I've seen it on Gran Turismo 7, to an extent maybe No Man's Sky
money
as well.
No money.
It's no
That's
money,
it. There's no money.
but hybrids is the way to go.
There's no money for hybrids. They're
There
cheap.
should be.
Don't eat
Hybrids
Sony's
should be cheap. Hybrids should be cheap.
Yeah, but I just
ground up.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't think. I think there's just they don't want to invest on it right now because everything fucking sucks. So that's it.
Well,
Gotta
we
wait.
definitely. I think we definitely have to want better quality out of a lot of our games though that we're seeing.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me that like what you just shared in Discord before the stream, Moz.
Did you watch that video?
I watched the whole thing.
It's
it was a good
it's
video.
absolutely pathetic. Like
Yeah, he's talking about
Stride. We're talking about Stride Fates. The game that's Mirror's Edge in VR. That's what they called it.
It's out in 2 days. It's out in 2 days.
It's out in 2 days.
On PS4
if you know a guy named Mr. VR Voice, you can watch a video from him. He's just basically showing the gameplay that he was able to play.
Is that his real voice, Moz, or is that an AI voice?
That is his real voice.
That's wow. He's got a very impressive.
Yeah.
He should be doing audiobooks.
Yeah, well, I told him he should be like some kind of announcer at something. Like he should be getting paid for that. But
his voice is very smooth.
But yeah, he showed gameplay. It was the AI is just the stupidest AI I've ever seen. Like I think in a VR game.
Yeah,
like probably worse than that. Probably worse than that Down and Out game that you played.
Yeah, looks
like
damn like worse than that.
He has a baseball.
Watch the video. I put a video in Discord, Jackpot. Just watch that, and you'll see how bad this game looks. Like it's ridiculous.
There's a point in the video where he's got a baseball bat that you're supposed to use to hit enemies with, and he just holds it straight, and so the enemies
hold
come
it up in front of
the enemies come up to punch him, so their hands hit the baseball bat, and that counts as damage against them. So they hit it like 3 times, and then they just collapse on the ground.
See this shit.
It's funny.
And it has like a delay. It has like a delay reaction. Like they punch the bat, and then a second later they're like, "Oh!"
Yeah, blood sprays out on the wall, and the blood effects are actually quite impressive.
The graphics look like bleachers for a second.
Yeah, it's kind of.
But the
it's on that level.
I think the funniest part by far is he walks up behind somebody and then grabs their back and then just kind of pushes them into a table and the guy just like hits the table and dies.
These
It's just like lying there,
ragdolls onto
Is
the
this
thing.
PSV? Is
lying
this
there dead.
PSVR 2 exclusive?
No. This is already out in Quest for
No.
like a while.
Wow, the AI is
But now we get to play it, guys.
Yeah.
Now we get to play it.
Oh yeah.
a 4V rendering, guys. $50.
Yep.
Yo, the AI. There's 6, 7 guys. All
None
with
of them are hitting
guns,
him. No one's
and,
hitting
and
him.
he's surviving.
He starts throwing like toilet
He's
roll
getting
or
some
something.
choco sticks. Oh my god! He threw a little snack box at them and broke his fucking kneecap.
There you go.
All right, don't buy this game.
And we were looking forward
Sorry,
to this too. It's
I'm
like,
trying to
oh,
be a
this
dick,
is
but
fucking Mirror's
it looks
Edge.
horrible.
But
Yeah.
his point in that video is if you look at the reviews on the Quest store, it's like, oh, 4 stars, 5 stars. Oh, this is a great game,
Yeah.
etc. It's just
One of
like,
the best VR games out there.
Yeah.
Who said that?
It's just like Quest
don't know.
fanboys lying about their games, pretending that they're good and they're not.
Wait, what's the name of this fucking game again?
Strides Fates.
Stride?
Or Stride Fates? Or Strides? Stride, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, back to the chat. Bad Robo says Minecraft is even bigger than Asgard's Wrath. That's not the point. There you go. It can be more than just scope as well. I mean, it depends. But I think like Saints and Sinners is the good example of that, where it's like they were forced to make their map into different districts so that you could load them all. And I'm not saying that's Quest. That's PSVR 1, like he pointed out. But the point is, old hardware forced them to do that. You know, I think Saints and Sinners would be cooler. Like a Saints and Sinners 3 if it was like one big open world map where you could freely wander around.
Who are these bots? Who are these bots paying for this fucking reviews?
Probably you.
No. They say people say they like the fucking movement and stuff, but no, that look like shit to me.
Important says, if Quest didn't exist, would PSVR be riding high right now? If Quest didn't exist, I think VR would be dead entirely.
Yes.
It would be just about dead, I think. Yeah.
It would just be the PC VR modders keeping us alive. That's all it would be. Can you imagine like the PSVR 2 library without Quest ports? Because most of those games wouldn't exist.
Scary.
Like there'd be no Walkabout Mini Golf probably. Pavlov probably would still be there because it was a PC game first. But you get the idea. Like 90% of the fucking PSVR 2 library is Quest ports. And how many?
PSVR 2, it might have some increased sales if there was no Quest, because people that want to play VR would just only have high-end PC or PlayStation VR to choose from. So I think we would get a lot more sales, I think, if there was no Quest.
Mayhaps.
Yeah, because there's no competition as much. Like Firewall Zero Hour, that's why it was so popular, because it was a great fucking game.
Exactly. Yeah.
And also there was nothing else out there, so perfect.
Perfect storm of a time to come out for that game.
Chop says, why the Australian accent when you read Rogue's chat? You just gonna let him do that, Rogue? I'm just helping.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
What is he talking about?
The spirit of Rogue enters my body anytime I read out his comments. Rogue says, built from the ground up, VR titles are often gimmicky, and expecting the same level as GT7, etc., just because it's the PSVR 2 is a skewed view. I don't understand this point. Built from ground up VR titles are often gimmicky.
You have to read it in regular accent so you can understand.
His spirit has left me now. I'm able to read it myself.
You were concentrating too hard on doing the accent and you couldn't follow.
Are often gimmicky. Is that true? Are built from ground up VR games are often gimmicky. Are you telling me that I shouldn't expect as much from Asgard's Wrath 2 because it's more gimmicky because it's built ground up for VR? Like, is that what you're saying? I don't understand that argument.
It's LSB. LSB knows about that game. He loves that game.
Bad Robo says, I'm interested in Stride. Is it good or trash? Well, according to that video we watched, it's really, really bad looking. However,
the
he
AI
points
looks
out,
like trash.
like in that video, he specifically points out how everyone else is praising it when they shouldn't be. And he's blaming these people, who content creators. He literally names he shows screenshots of their faces praising this game where he reckons they shouldn't be. and that
It's true. Like, just because a game's built from the ground up doesn't mean it's going to be like amazing. Like, they can still mess things up and not really
But that's
take full advantage.
I agree with that, but that's not my. Is that an argument I've made?
I don't know where I don't know exactly where the comment's coming from. He's basically saying like you can't expect to have that quality of like GT7 from a built from ground up. Yeah, I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. I want to focus on hybrids. But when it comes to PS4 2, I don't expect that on Quest, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure who he's talking to.
Briggs says, but
It's
I'm
the
not
next topic.
disagreeing that a lot of games are affected by the lowest common denominator. PC has the same problem. Onward downgrade is a good example. Yes, that's a perfect example. Onward,
God,
they
Onward
got
is such
acquired.
why the fuck is that game
by
not on the
Meta.
PlayStation VR 2?
Because
Onward
they
is
got
such a
acquired
good
by
game.
Meta. The Downpour Studios got bought by Meta,
Motherfuckers.
and then they downgraded the PC version, which was crazy.
Disgusting.
So that it could run on Quest. That's a perfect example. So there you go.
You gotta do what you gotta do where the
I'm
money
still buying
is.
it on Quest 3, and I'm not saying you shouldn't buy it on Quest 3, and I'm sure you'll have a great time on Quest 3, and I'm sure it's going to be a great game on Quest 3. Again, I'm not trying, like, I know it sounds like I'm shitting on Quest 3, and I do shit on Quest 3 for fun a lot, but like in this specific case, I'm not trying to shit in it. I'm just saying it's the reality of the situation, you know. Bad Robo says, I wonder if they fixed it on PSVR 2. Poor chances. How old is that video? Was that viewer, Mr. Viewer voice? Is that like the Quest version he's reviewing? Or is that the PSVR 2 version?
Good question.
Nope, downgraded it before it was acquired. They downgraded it before it was acquired. The devs
You
targeted
see, you
the
lying
costs
bitch.
for dollars. Well, hold on a sec. We don't know that there wasn't meetings behind the scenes saying, hey, we like what you're doing. We're thinking about acquiring ye. You know, we don't know what's going on. But either way, they're bitches, and they had to downgrade it for Quest, so the point stands. It was the PC version. What was the PC version? I don't know what you're talking about. You talking about Onward?
The video that I put up.
Oh, that was the PC version. Stride.
That was he put that video out 3 hours ago, so he just recently put it out. But I didn't catch whether it was the PSVR 2.
Is it coming to PC and PSVR 2 at the same time? And maybe he's reviewing the PC.
Oh
version.
yes, I do. I think I do recall him saying it was PC build that he was playing.
Okay. Jack Boss says next topic. Sorry, Jack Boss. Okay, we can.
Well, Donnie's not saying it. We would go on forever.
I know. I was gonna tell Donnie to say it, but
Donnie's not reminding us
today.
anymore.
Getting lazy, Donnie.
Slacking.
You're getting lazy. Thank you, Jack Boss. Next topic is an interesting looking game that's coming to PSVR 2. It's called Drunk or Dead 2, which means that there's a Drunk or Dead 1 out there somewhere that I've never heard about. But this game, judging by the trailer, I don't know if you've seen this. I think it looks pretty decent. Not amazing or anything, but like 4-player co-op.
Never seen it. Never seen this. This is all new to me. What the heck?
It's got like a social element to it as well. So like you go to like a hub area, I think, where you get more than 4 people hanging around, like the like the Destiny Tower or whatever.
That's cool.
And I know so little about it. All I know is it's coming to PSVR 2. Like they've confirmed that's one of the platforms. I have no idea about a DICE. I have no idea
What's the name of this
about
fucking game?
other platforms. What you say?
What's the name of this game again?
Drunk or Dead 2.
Drunk or Dead.
Yeah. So
And there is
drink alcohol. So that's part of survival. I think you got maybe it's to do with the infection.
That rings a bell. That does ring a bell now.
You got to drink.
Was the first one? The first one was a PC or Quest or something?
I don't know. Like I've literally have no memory of the first one.
The only thing that rings a bell is having to drink to stay alive. I do remember hearing that.
Yeah, that's
but
what
I
it
don't
says
know.
here. World where alcohol is the only cure to a zombie plague. It contains alcohol use, exaggerated violence against zombies, and partial nudity. Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
All right,
nice
looks good.
indeed. And
No,
you
looks
gotta-
good for
you gotta
multiplayer,
fucking-
right?
You get a combine harvester too to fucking slaughter all these zombies.
Is
but
it
yeah,
co-op?
It looks fun. Yeah, 4-player co-op. It was saying. So
Fuck yeah.
I'm interested. I don't know about this trailer. Is this trailer actual in game or is it like?
Hold on, there's
Is
some
it a
dude
tricky?
playing the
Is it a tricky kind
some
of
dude playing
CG?
the first one.
I don't know if this is in game or not. I'm a bit suspicious about this trailer.
Yeah, the gameplay is a bit janky looking. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm looking at the gameplay on the
I'd have to
first
see
one.
more. It sounds like it has potential. Like anything that has multiplayer that you can go around and shoot zombies has potential, but that looks pretty cool. Like running people over with a combine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely going for that kind of Dead Island kind of comedy vibe to us with zombies.
I guess it depends what can you do in the game, right?
Well, they're
So what's the date on this?
Yeah.
Does it even have a date?
Probably not. Early access, maybe
No.
on PC or
Early.
some shit. I don't know.
It
But even
says
at the
early
end of this
access
trailer,
PC, but it
like this
doesn't
trailer
say.
is old. Like it doesn't have the PSVR 2
Yeah.
logo at the end of it. Chop says,
But it is coming. This is coming to PSVR too.
That's what
for
they
sure?
said. Yeah, that's what they
Okay,
said.
cool. All right, there's another one maybe to look forward to.
Maybe it'll never come out, but we'll see. Chop says we should really drink when we play this. Every time you drink in game, we drink in real life.
Damn.
Bust out the Coors Light. Damn, there's an idea. I don't know how often you have to drink in the game though. You might die from alcohol.
Every 2 minutes, you need to chug a bottle.
Maybe. Anyway, interesting game. Keeping my eye on this one.
Yep.
Next
I
one.
guarantee I'll forget the name of this game tomorrow because it doesn't have a name that sticks with you.
Well, we
but-
don't have to worry about it until like once we get a
Yeah.
solid release days or whatever, then we can start, taking more attention.
Yep.
Speaking of games, well, we do actually have a window for this one. Hellsplit Arena has been called by some people, including Decepticon, as kind of like better than Blade and Sorcery. And Blade and Sorcery is kind of like supposedly the best physics-based combat on viewers. So,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Legendary Tales is the king of that spot right now, in my
think so?
opinion. For physics, for physics, for the combat only, I think
Yeah.
Legendary Tales is the best.
have you seen what you can do in Blade and Sorcery? Like
Blade of Sorcerer is
no.
pretty.
grab their
pretty
hand
good.
and pin it to the table with a dagger, like stab
no,
it through
I-
and all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sure you can do way more in this game. I'm just talking about like the sword fighting and like the physics-based like combat, like in terms of like blocking and like pushing the sword back and like that kind of gameplay.
I'm talking about Blade and Sorcery now, not this game, but like, I mean,
Yeah,
Have
I'm
you
just
played
I'm just
Blade
talking. No, I'm just going by other like I played Legendary Tales obviously, and I've been going by other people that have played both and just them comparing like the pros and cons of both. And if you're just wanting to like straight up do like sword and shield combat, they say a lot of them say Legendary Tales is just better
interesting.
better physics, like not taking into account graphics or like anything else you can do in the game.
Yeah.
Just basically like blocking, hitting with a shield, like a sword, and that kind of stuff.
Well, I think like Blade and Sorcery and probably this game as well are more like if you have that power fantasy of like you want to just pick someone up and fucking slam them through a table.
Yeah.
Without having to do like whatever skill you need
Yeah.
to unlock in Legendary Tales, it's maybe more caters to that.
And it could be a lot funner too, for all I know. Like this could be a much funner game to play than Legendary Tales. Just, I think, even just watching the clip, I can tell, like it's more frantic, kind of more like kind of like you're just it's like a power fantasy type of thing.
Yeah, maybe not too worried
Legendary,
about stamina or whatever.
Legendary Tales is a more paced, like realistic, like you have to like block and parry and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But if you want to play this, you have to wait until the second quarter of 2025. So it's a year away, basically. But they're going to add a bunch of shit to it, such as a new campaign and a sandbox mode. So I'm probably just going to go in that sandbox mode and like I assume like you can spawn whatever enemies you want, whatever weapons you want, and just like diddle them NPCs in any way you want. So I'm looking forward to it. We do have a lot of VR games with hell in the name though.
Yeah, I know.
Hell
It's starting to-
Sweeper, and Hell Singer is coming as well. There's like a lot of hell games out and about.
Decepticon probably loving that shit.
Yeah, I think this is the one that he was like talking about like years ago. Where forget Blade and Sorcery. This is the one you want.
Whatever happened to the I don't know if it's coming to PlayStation VR 2. It's called Grim. Is there what like Grimlord?
Grimlord. Yeah. Grimlord.
Is it called Grimlord? Yeah. We're probably not getting that one.
I don't know if it was ever
but-
confirmed for PSVR 2. I think Maybe
I
Quest,
thought
or was it
I
PC?
thought that one looked pretty good. I thought that one had pretty cool looking
Yeah.
gameplay to it.
I forgot
But
all about that. That was like more of a Dark Souls type game, was it?
yeah,
Or was it co-op? I can't
yeah.
remember.
I don't know. I remember like watching some gameplay and it had like that kind of like spinning wheel that you could like choose what sword you want to like craft and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but that combat looked pretty cool in that one too. But there's starting to be so many of these kind of games now. It's just starting to be like such a blur. Like I keep mixing them up and thinking of other ones when I'm talking about one and realizing I'm talking about the other one.
In fairness, like it's these kind of games are well suited to
Yeah.
VR, so it's understandable.
But the one I want the most, I don't want any of these ones. The one I want is the Dungeons of Eternity. I want that game to come to PlayStation VR 2.
Any word on that happening?
Not that I've heard. I don't know why.
Back to being depressed.
It looks like a funner. It looks like a funner version of Legendary Tales. Legendary Tales is a very slow and like, I don't know. You have to be in the right mood to kind of play that kind of game, right? And I think you guys kind of like don't want to play it anymore because it's that kind of like slow paced and like
it lost my interest. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Give me my money back,
understandable.
pumpkins.
But I think
Give me my $50 back, pumpkins. You fucking play twice and then you throw my sword away.
Listen, it took my television.
2 hours.
I want my television back. Once I get
Yeah,
my
you think-
television, you
you
can get
think-
your $50, okay?
Listen, that's your fault. You play in a fucking box and you still have your TV.
that was
No other
that was
game
where
has
he
done
called
this.
it quits. That's
You
where he
even
called it
called
quits.
No other game has broken my
was
television, okay?
Only Legendary Tales has that
Only Legendary Tales. I'll
that
never forget this. I'll never forget that
reputation.
fucking game.
But the Dungeons of Eternity just looks like a better, funner version of Legendary, or Dungeons of Eternity looks like a better, funner version. I think.
Okay. Chop says, well, we can turn this into a good game the more we drink. Damn, Chop looking to get fucking drunk. We can drink whenever you want, Chop. Just start drinking right now, you know? Anytime Jackpot says bitch, take a shot.
And one more thing about
I thought he was gonna say
Dungeons of
bitch. Go on.
one more thing about Dungeons of Eternity. I'm pretty sure it's randomly generated, like the dungeons and stuff that you go to. So it makes replay value a lot better because you're not like Legendary Tales. Like once you go everywhere and you beat the game, then all you can do is just restart the game on a harder mode and just go through the exact same game and make it like way harder.
Is it roguelite or roguelike or whatever you call it?
No, it's just a dungeon. Like go through like a dungeon, fight a boss at the end, and get like treasure chests and get cool weapons and gear as you go through. That's the whole thing.
And is there like a hub
And
area
upgrade
between that, or are you just constantly doing dungeons?
Yeah. No, you go back to your base. Like there's like a teleporter. It's kind of like a weird mix of like medieval like swords and shields and magic, and then there's also like high tech stuff. Like you have a teleporter that like beams you back to your base. So it's like a weird mix of new and old. But yeah, it seems like it would be a really fun game, and I don't know why it's taken so long. If it would ever get to PSVR 2, but
it's in the
one of those
contract
games.
goes.
Yeah,
You know, we don't know if it's ever going to happen. Rogue says, looks like a TV smasher. He's talking about this game, and absolutely it would be. It absolutely would be. I'd have to mount the TV on the wall. I've got a year to get it on the wall. Chop says, okay, I'm out for real this time. I'm getting very sleepy. Puff, puff, puff. Enjoy.
Damn,
Enjoy Chop's
you're putting
sweet dreams.
Chop to sleep.
Yeah, I'm
You're
sorry.
boring.
Yeah, Dungeons of Eternity is fun as fuck, says Rogue. So many enemies and upgrades. People always comparing their staves. Interesting. How do you mean comparing their staves? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the staves are in the game. Maybe like if you grind for like a long time, you get a special stave or something. I don't know.
I don't know. It has a cool hammer that you can throw and it comes back to your hand like Kratos. Like you can do that kind of stuff.
Doesn't fucking Legendary Tales have that too?
Oh yeah, it does. It has the Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
But I never even got that. I don't even know.
And Captain America shield.
I have that. I unlock the Captain America shield. Yeah.
Donnie says, then I want my money back too because I bought Legendary Tales and never got to play with any of you. I'm sorry, Donnie.
You didn't play once.
Uh,
You have to Put it back on the voting
Yeah,
at least for
yeah.
a few more times.
Yeah, until you're happy you got your money's worth. Chell says I light up joints every time Jackpot says bitch. Why you think I'm sleepy? Actually, I don't think he said bitch much this stream, which is a bit strange. I'm a little bit concerned about him, to be honest. I'm worried about what's going on at home. What happened to him in
Nothing.
Mexico? What
I'm
happened to him in
tired
Mexico?
today.
What did they
Today
do
I'm
to you?
tired.
All right, I'm sorry.
Nothing.
Donnie and Jackpot should play Legendary Tales together. There's a good idea. Why don't you go get your money's worth together and leave me alone?
I do not want to touch that game again.
Important
He's
says.
done.
Important says, did you ever imagine when you were a kid that you'd be smashing flat screen TVs with a face mask on in an outhouse? No, I did not. I don't shit in this room. I'll have you know.
In the corner.
Legendary Tales? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Magnum. But well, I don't know. I haven't played Dungeons of Eternity, so I don't know how similar they are. Maybe they just got similarities. Reg says, lol, non-plural, staff. Yeah, heaps of different ones, but it's more that each time you finish a dive, everyone is comparing loot. Okay, I get what you mean. Rogue says, and there's some cool loot. All right, Jack, but I'm sorry, I'm taking the hint. Next topic. Next topic.
I'm helping Donnie. Donnie's not here doing what he's
here, but
usually
he's just
doing.
not, he doesn't care anymore. He's given up.
Yeah.
Next topic is probably going to be a quick enough one. That Haptic's vest, them tack suit things or whatever, where you can feel fucking
Did you ask for one?
bullets hitting. No, I haven't asked for one. But it's officially getting supported on PSVR 2, and the first game to do it is Breachers. But according to AJ from Without Parole, he knows of another game, which is like, he says it's a big one, but it's unannounced. But so there'll be at least 2 games.
What do you think it'll be?
Pavlov.
Yeah. Probably Pablo.
Pavlov would be a good one.
It's gotta be Pavlov.
It'd have to be a multiplayer game, wouldn't it? Like, would you care if it was a single player? Like, what if Resident Evil did it though? That'd be.
Yeah, but I think Pavlov will be more usable. More people will trying to.
Pavlov would make
they're
the
trying
most
to promote
sense.
the
Pavlov
fucking
makes the most
vest,
sense,
you know.
Yeah. I'm looking at
you
this
should get
video here. Like,
ChatGPT
it's not just the vest though, is it? It's like he's got these wrist things, and there's like a thing that goes inside the headset too. Maybe that's just for Quest. I don't know. But,
Maybe.
But there's a lot. There's a lot.
Ask
going
for
on.
one. Get the ChatGPT write you a nice
Did you see
email
the new
about
ChatGPT 4.0 or whatever it's called?
fucking nuts.
Have you seen
Yeah,
it?
it's
It's like
fucking
a
crazy.
woman talking to you, and she laughs, and like she sounds natural, and it's real time. You don't have to wait.
Well, if you even try the ChatGPT right now, the one that is free, it's still there's one that is the same bitch but not as advanced, and it's fucking nuts. And yeah, I saw a bunch of the videos of the new one, and it's crazy. It's fucking scary,
It is scary,
but it's cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
We move on to the
I know
next
you're gonna be one of those creeps that falls in love with the fucking computer AI and
I'm
shit.
gonna leave my.
Did you ever
family.
see the movie? Did you ever see the movie Her?
No, I want to.
Not yet, but I want to see it now.
Yeah,
Joaquin
that's
Phoenix, isn't it?
yeah, talking to Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Well,
Damn,
imagine you
that
like
face shit.
download a Scarlett Johansson voice pack for your fucking ChatGPT or whatever. That's the future. That's what's gonna happen.
Have romantic conversations, whatever star you want to talk to.
Magnum says, my luck is 8, but my 6-year-old has more legendary weapons than me in his game with only 1 luck. Dang, that's rough. Donnie was getting his food. There you go. Bad Robo says,
Donnie, what you got for dinner?
4 is amazing. It is amazing. Because she's watching video as well. It's like a video chat where she's seeing everything, and you can ask her. But I saw a video where he was like, oh, I've got a job interview coming up. How do I look? And she's like, oh, your hair is
Like shit.
Run your hand through your hair. It's a bit messy. But then she's like, well, maybe that makes it look like you're up coding all night, and they might like that. And it's all kinds of like she was quick, and it just seemed natural. That's the scary part.
The Quest glasses or Ray-Ban glasses, whatever they have similar technology. Like you ask it, what am I looking at, or whatever the fuck, and the camera picks up what you're looking at, and it tells you shit.
Crazy.
As soon as she starts saying like deactivate. Bail
Both
on
of you
it.
froze on me there for like 5 seconds, and then you rapidly sped up to catch up to where you
Say
were.
that
now,
we hate
so-
you. The chat is gone.
No, I heard what he said.
No, yeah, just as soon as there's any kind of signs of jealousy or like wanting more attention.
But yeah, you should ask for this fucking vest, dude, 'cause it looks cool.
Bail on it.
Do you think they'd make them in like XXL for fatties like me?
I'm sure it'll fit.
We'll see. LSP says, ask Brandon about the B haptics. He uses that shit to play Breachers on Quest all the time. I'd hate to have to like charge up another thing though. That would annoy me.
You're such a fucking bitch.
I just would. I'm sick of having to charge things. I got all these controllers.
Okay,
for
but you're gonna have a
charging.
vest that fucking has like 20 fucking million little sensors that vibrates.
It's not 20 million. Dude, like,
You're such a
I
little
need to try
bitch.
those. I need to try it. I'm just not convinced. It's probably one of those things that once I try it out, it's like, oh shit, that's cool as fuck.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Ask for a vest. Be like, listen, here's my feet. Please send me a vest.
It's my feet.
Donnie says the ChatGPT free version has different people to choose between. I don't know what versions you're using because I just use the website and there's no people to talk to. It's just like text. So
There's a button in there, like a headphones button or whatever,
Okay,
and you can use it.
I need to look at that. Bad Robert says I want to talk to Arnold. Damn, €20 to fucking get the Arnold pack. That'd be good. Shane Humberstone, how you doing? Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all keeping well. Keeping well, Shane. Hope you're good too. Donnie says grilled chicken sandwich with cheddar cheese, bacon, and barbecue sauce. With fries. Chips, I would say.
No
but I said
chicken
fries for
tendies?
you. Doesn't have enough money for chicken tendies. That man can afford chicken tendies. LSB says, oh man, from where, Donnie? Okay. we can
Fucking
move on.
LSB is addicted to that fast food, to the McDonald's.
Yeah.
He loves
shit.
the fucking
He
fish
likes
fillet
his chicken
sandwiches.
Them
Oh,
fish
he loves the
sticks.
McFish. He's addicted
Oh
to
right,
them.
McFish.
McFish.
With extra onions, he loves the onions.
All right, moving on to the next topic, which is Pirates VR. It has another like Jolly something. Jolly Roger, the Jolly Roger. Where is this? Yeah, it's coming to PSVR 2. And at first I was impressed with this trailer, but then I looked at it again and I was like, hold on a sec. Nearly all of this is CGI, I think.
Yeah.
But it's done in a way that it's like, it feels like it's trying to trick you into thinking it's actually in game. This climbing part looks real, like actual gameplay. But then everything else after the climbing part seems obviously CGI, especially the underwater stuff. Like he's moving way too smoothly, the way the head movements are going and everything, and he's just grabbing things, and it just looks too fluid. And I've seen some people saying, this is they've been saying this game has been coming soon for years now, and they haven't shown anything proper off, and etc. etc. So there is a bit of hesitation around this, but if they can achieve something close to what they're targeting with this trailer, then it could be a really cool pirate themed.
But it
VR
looks like
type
just
game.
fucking climbing and swimming, right?
Kind of.
Well,
Horizon.
I've always
Pirates.
wanted Sea of Thieves in VR, so this is pretty close. Closest thing.
I'm not gonna. I don't even know. Like they don't show at all. You like.
No shooting, no
I
sword
was gonna say,
combat. It looks
steering
like puzzle.
Like you're not in the ships at all. I don't think at any point.
Oh, really?
I
Oh,
don't
okay, never
think
mind.
so.
Nah, I
Like,
think
you're
this is
on a
gonna
ship maybe,
be-
but I don't think you like move it or steers or whatever.
You're not sailing at all. Okay.
Yeah, and stay there.
No,
and
it's
stay
gonna
there
be more
sailing.
exploring the island and puzzles and get treasures and
It's
fucking
like
puzzles and
ghost
treasures.
pirates and sharks and quick time events. Apparently, their other games were very
Shark.
more like experiences rather than full games as well. So
Yeah.
there's a bit of hesitation around this one, but probably maybe
well.
worth keeping an eye on. You never know; they might surprise us. Chicken tendies were last night, says Donnie. Shane says Contractor Showdown is awesome. I wouldn't know.
Yes, it is. It's amazing. It's good shit.
I was watching somebody stream it the last day, and it was just like lobby simulator, honestly. And then when he wasn't in the lobby, he was in the parachute. And I was like, God, when is he going to stop? When is he actually going to start? And then he was like shooting people. And it's like, when is he going to stop shooting? Like, when is the game going to start? So it was just crazy. And then he was back in the lobby before I could complain again.
That's a jealous man.
Crazy.
Just,
It's crazy.
behind the curtains, just yelling because he can't play the game everybody likes. It's a good game. Everything about that game is good.
No criticisms at all about that game.
I
Perfect game,
mean,
10
of
out of 10.
course, if I want to know, no, the graphics could be better, but I mean, you can say that about fucking, a lot of the shit, but I don't care. And how it is, I really can't complain for much. The gunplay feels great. The attachments are great. You can take them. Everything that we want in video games, right? I think this game has it. Everything, and it's like more realistic instead of the bullshitty. Because Population 1 is a really good game, but I'm not into the fucking climbing and holding a gun with one hand and shooting and spraying straight. It's like that. I don't like that shit. So everything, for me personally, this game is fucking fucking great, dude.
So it
I
doesn't
can't
like
complain
there's,
about it.
there's
Yeah.
nothing about it that
I don't
annoys
want
you?
to. I don't want to play. I don't want to play that game at all.
Sounds awful.
Honestly, there's nothing that I like said. If I really want to be picky, of course I would prefer to have better graphics, of course. But
Like
everything,
visuals
the
aside,
scopes
like I'm just
work.
talking about like gameplay. Like, is there anything
Fucking
that's
great, man.
balance wise? Is there like a weapon that's way overpowered, or is there some bullshit like that?
Yeah. What's
Nah,
the meta?
dude.
What's the meta
I,
in the game? Like everyone has
I
to use this gun or this scope or.
not really. I mean, the shotguns are underrated in my opinion. Shotguns, the auto shotty and the double barrel was fucking deadly. But no, I mean I haven't played that much, right? But I played quite a bit, enough that I'm now starting to use all the things that the game has to offer. Because before I didn't know about the chips that you put, the airstrikes, the fucking machines you buy to upgrade your vest and your backpack and all that type of shit. Individual attachments. Some of the machines, depending on the different color machine, one machine is to buy ammo, or the other machine is to buy the insurance, different types of insurance. Everything that I could think about a game that I would like in VR, it has it. Obviously, this is battle royale, so we're talking about battle royale game. I would love a game like Firewall, right? With destructible environments, with the graphics, with everything. But what this game is trying to do, I really, for me, dude, I cannot complain. I like the way that you throw grenades. You can throw like I like it manually, or you can be a bitch like Pumpkin likes and just aim with the other finger, and that little arrow or the little Firewall 0 hour thing appears.
Yeah.
There's just everything about it for me, dude. It's like I really can't find anything to say, oh, I wish it had this. I'm sure people are gonna find like, oh, I wish it had single player like solos instead of squads of
I think
3,
they're
but
adding
they're
solos.
adding that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess there's stuff that people can complain about, but like I said, the core gameplay, everything about it, I really can't find anything that'll say, man, I wish they had this.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, Muzz. It's
I
fucking
don't want to.
good.
I don't want to play this game
And
at
we're
all.
suck.
So,
I mean, we're getting better, but we suck. I mean,
you guys had a couple wins, didn't you? I thought you guys won.
we won twice, but
One.
every
There you go.
we were second place, and we like say we're getting better because we're using the stuff that the game
Yeah.
is asking you to use. That before we didn't, because we didn't know about the fucking
But
game.
how,
We just thought it was aim and shoot.
How, like, when you get to like the last 5, last 4, last 3 people left alive or whatever, is that like, I know it's, even when you're playing flat it gets tense, but when it's in VR is it like super tense?
Yeah, I mean, it was 1v1. I didn't even know. Sometimes, again, if you're fucking good at the game, there's people that are fucking great and they don't give a fuck. But it was tense as fuck for me. Like earlier, I didn't even look at my little computer thing because it tells you how many players are left. You're just so in the game, at least for us, at least for me, because I'm not the greatest. I'm so in the game that I don't even know how many people are left. We were playing against 1v1. I didn't know until I died. And I was like, oh shit, I guess that was 1v1. But I was stressed as fuck, especially because I just revived with insurance, and I had the cheap insurance, so I only had a fucking pistol, and the dude had fucking all the weapons in the world because he's been playing and not dying. So it was very fucking stressful. But it's cool. The audio, what I really like, again, the proximity chat. I know some people don't like that, but it's so fun.
I love it.
I love that.
To
I
talk
don't.
to shit and people.
I can't believe any games don't have it.
Yeah,
like
especially
any,
battle royales. Every battle royale needs
Yeah.
that.
Right, dude. The
Or
amount of
shoot-
shit
just
talking
shooters in
and,
general.
and then there's the different fucking interactions that you have with peeps.
Have you ever
It's-
got
it's-
a
it's good.
situation where you like tried to talk your way out of a situation or like take
Of
some
course, all the
hostage or
time,
anything?
and people. But yeah, but you can't. You fuck with people. They're like, oh, don't shoot me or whatever, or tell me where your friends are, or when we're dead, it's like, hey, if you give me money, I'll tell you where my friend is, so you can kill him or shit like that. We always fuck with people. But again, another thing I like about fucking games that they don't have, I love their proximity chat. And we've gotten killed because of it, because we just yapped around all the fucking time, so they hear us yapping around as we come.
mile away. They know where
But
you
it's
are a
still-
mile away.
It's still fun, and I would prefer, because Decepticon was like, let's just do a party chat so they don't hear us. And I was like, that's bullshit, and that's cheating. The whole point is to be immersed in the game. It says this
And talk
fucking
shit. You
proximity
want to
chat
be
for
able
a
to talk
reason.
shit to the enemy.
Yeah.
Call them bitches.
Yeah, so it's
You need
fun.
to.
It's really fun.
All right, Contractors, good game. Bad
Yep.
Robo says, imagine being able to talk to NPCs in games this way. Yes, imagine fucking GTA 6 and all the NPCs are powered by Chat GPT, whatever, and they've all got, like, they're all unaware of the real world. They just know that game world, and you could speak to them with a microphone and, like, give them commands, even if you're pointing a gun at them.
Well,
get
they
on your
did that with the
knees,
mods, right?
Yeah, that like a limited version. But imagine if a game was
Yeah.
built around that, so that
I
they could
probably
follow
will, dude.
crazy commands
Oh,
and like be specific.
Eventually,
the
for
future.
sure. Eventually,
That's
it'll
gonna be
be.
nuts. That's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
And then if that's in VR as well, like you'd never want to leave. What other game would you need?
Your virtual girlfriend. The
Yeah,
only
of
one
everything.
you've
Not
ever
just
had.
not just a girlfriend. 20,000 girlfriends. You know, get all of you get in
No
this
thanks.
bed. All of
No
you get in
thanks.
this bed right now, or else. Magnum Gaming says, "Are you supposed to do the candles on the church that is ruined, or the church where the girl is praying? The candles are supposed to be in the 50s and the 80s, not in 2022. I hope that helped. So 2 of them are in the 50s and 2 of them are in the 80s. Don't ask me which, because I won't remember. Important says fake CG. They would never do motion blur in viewer or lens flare. There you go. I just wish they wouldn't. Maybe they do have a little thing on the bottom that says not actual gameplay, but the way it was presented, it seems a little bit deceptive.
It does.
Bad Robo says this is a mix of game assets and CGI. So maybe that the fact that they got some game assets in there is like a caveat that allows them to say not in game, or allows them to get away with not saying that, I should say. LSP says an Irish lad so blue, dreaming of a game he just can't pursue. Damn. Iconic musicians, a musical
he's a
works
poet
from,
too.
that was the song that Decepticon made in that fucking AI thing. You remember that? With the heavy haired. Danny says Contractor Showdown has me on the fence about getting a Quest, but it's the only game I'd play. Well, and Phasmo as well, but Phasmo, remember, does not run on Quest natively. Danny,
Yeah,
that's
it doesn't.
PC. That's a PC viewer game.
Yeah.
Cog
I
Resistance.
want to play
You can get a cheap
Contractors and I
Quest.
want to play Dungeons of Eternity. I want those
If it's
two
just for
games.
1 or 2 games, Muzz, I mean, or even Donnie, I think the $200, even though it's a lot of money, I think it's worth it because you think that's the only thing you'll use it, but I think you'll use it to fucking watch movies and a lot of other stuff
Gay porn.
and a lot of other free games. Sure, the porn too, why not? But a lot of other stuff, not just that. So, in my
Say gay
opinion,
porn.
it is worth it.
I would never. I would never buy an out of date, even if it's cheaper. I'm not gonna buy like a $200 out of date Quest 2. I would just spend the extra and get a Quest 3.
Just wait 2
It's
years.
And if you have the
I have 2
money,
years
of
for the
course.
Quest
If you have the
5.
money, go for the Quest 3. But if you don't have the
Yeah.
money, or if you just like, I just want to kind of get in there, I think it's worth the $200. But yeah, if you have the money, the Quest 3, it's fucking great, dude. Graphics wise, the way the games run, it's bigger upgrade than I thought it was gonna be, to be honest.
I think just wait till 2026 and get the Quest 5 instead. That's when you should jump in.
This
Probably
you've
the
been
most
saying for
objective.
5 years about waiting for something. You already, now you got 3 kids. You can't get anything. It's too late.
It's over.
Just buy it.
It's over. All I can do is talk
All
about
over.
games on YouTube now. I can't play them. Danny says that's a lot for 2 games. Well, like Jackpot was saying, you would use it for other shit with the Quest. Like you can do all the other shit there. But also a game like Contractors, you can put hundreds of hours into that. So when you think about it, is it a lot for that kind of money? For $200?
Oh, I easily got my money's worth out of PlayStation VR with Firewall 0 hour alone.
Yeah.
That was like
yeah.
how much time I put into that game.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Easy.
Rogue says, I wish I had private servers so we have another game for tournaments. Oh, it doesn't have private. Is that something they might add, though?
I don't know so what game he's talking about.
I assume he's talking about Contractor Showdown. You can't do private servers. Imagine if you got like 40 subscribers from the channel or something. What's the player count? Did they up it to 60 something? Or is
60, I think. I think
60.
it's 60.
We'll never get 60. We might not even get 10, but it'd be cool if we got like a bunch.
Or at least put everybody in the same server, Put everybody in the same server so we all at least, even though there's other random people there, at least everybody's in the same lobby fighting each other.
The funny thing is, I'm not even generally a fan of battle royales, especially on flat screen. I hate them. Like I don't like the concept of like, okay, I jump out of a plane, I land, and I need to scrounge for the first like 10, 15 minutes. I need to like run around and try to find weapons, and hopefully I find a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't, then I'm just gonna get shot and killed, and then that was just a waste of my time. Like that kind of gameplay loop doesn't really appeal to me. Like I'm much more of like I want a battlefield where I can have my loadout, go into the game with the guns that I want, like as soon as I spawn, and just have the big map and like big playground to like run around and shoot people and do whatever I want in terms of like, okay, I want to attack point A and help that side, or I can take a tank over there and blow up a building. Like so many different options there. But this is kind of getting closer to that battlefield. Like this is kind of like small increments. Like we're getting there, and I'll take what I can. But I would definitely enjoy like a battle royale like Contractors more in VR, obviously, than I would in flat screen.
There's a lot of guns. Like it's not like I remember PUBG. I love PUBG, but I
Yeah.
fucking hated it because, like you said, it took you forever to find normal, decent guns, and then you get shot in the back after 30 minutes of running around this giant fucking
Yeah.
map to get shot in the back and start over again. The good thing about this game is that, in my opinion, there's a lot of fucking guns to find. There's a lot
Yeah.
of money. There's a lot of stuff always, and they have the machines, the vending machines, which you can buy, the guns themselves. So, but I agree with you. I mean, at one point we will get something like Battlefield-ish. Like, I'm not a fan anymore as much as Battle Royales, but it is different. It keeps you more kind of like
And
in your toes, and more fucking guessing and different scenarios that throw at you and shit like that. So,
and it's definitely funner in co-op. Like I don't know if I would play
Oh,
a
yeah.
single like singles. But watching you play though, like I am happy to see like it seemed like most of the guns that you were picking up, you could like actually most guns did good damage. It's not like you had to find like the AK or the
Right.
you had to find like an M4 to actually do anything, or like only sniper rifles could like take you out or something like that.
Right.
But it seems like there's lots of drops too. It seems like you go into a house and it seems like you'd like just come out with like at least 3 guns.
A lot of shit.
No matter what house, no matter what house you go into, you're gonna find weapons. So it's
And
not
different
like,
grenades, the fucking zone
Yeah.
grenades to mark enemies, the radiation grenades. Like, there's a lot
Yeah.
of different stuff. So,
So
Yeah.
it seems like you find weapons pretty quick in this one, which is a good change instead of having to like go through like 10 different houses before you find a decent gun.
yeah.
All right, and LSB just pointed out you can get kills even with the handguns, which I like because I really
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
using handguns. In
Yeah.
Pavlov, I love using the handguns. Chaos, how you doing? Says we need to go back in time immediately and kill John Connor before AI takes over the world. I'm on
Do
Skynet's
it.
side. I think AI is cool as fuck. Important says we won't be able to tell who's a boss in multiplayer games soon. Well, that could be cool, you know.
Yeah.
Imagine games with struggling player accounts and they're like being controlled by bots and they're in like the voice chats as well, talking to you. Imagine a bot talking shit to you after killing you. How cool
That'd
would
be
that?
cool.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice, like they've bought the fucking rights to his voice and he just starts talking shit.
Well, remember, what
You're
was it?
trash. You're trash.
Fucking God, it was a Lord of the Rings game. The Shadow of War, one of those, remember? The AI remember you if you killed them or if you fucked them up. Oh, you fucked my eye up or some shit like that.
Yeah, that was class.
Yeah, that was pretty cool when it first came out.
Yeah. And I wish they did something like that for like I remember thinking Red Dead Redemption or GTA should have like crime like families and like they have bosses and you gotta kill the underlings and all that shit, like the same system.
Fuck.
That'd
Well,
be cool as fuck.
Gran
that'd be
Turismo 7 has AI. It has the Sophie
Yes, it does.
bots, and like they remember you. Like if you race against them and you like are always bashing one car off a road, then the next time you race them, that guy's gonna like rear end you and like take you off the road as soon as he
Yeah.
sees you.
I love
Like,
the little
he'll-
fucking the passive aggressive fucking emoji that's over
Yeah.
your head. Like,
Yeah, the angry.
yeah.
You get really pissed off look.
It's good. The future's crazy. Jackpot says next topic. Roy Short says like the smash button. Speaking of Battlefield VR, how's the Honor and Juicy D-Day going? Muzz, I assume that's your top game. That's
Yeah,
very
I
sketchy.
try to play it every day, but it just goes down.
Damn. Actually,
No, I haven't. I haven't looked at that for a while. Actually, that's a good.
I assume it's dead. Nobody's talking about it.
I can't imagine it's being played very much. No.
So next topic then, because Jackpot's about to fall asleep, is the sales charts for April have been released. And I think the one
me them
thing worth
charts.
mentioning here is that the number one in both America and Europe is Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge because it had a big sale recently. So,
I bought it.
There you go. Turns out people like Star
I
Wars.
haven't played it yet.
Apparently, a lot of people like I've seen it on the Reddits. People are like, actually, you know what? This game is really underrated and all this kind of shit. So I'm kind of tempted myself.
I did.
Yeah, this is okay.
I played the demo. I liked the demo enough. That's why I bought it.
All right. I better try out the demo.
And you know what? There's the one thing in it. It does have the mechanic where you use like this like screwdriver gun that has like multi-tool, and you like do like the unscrewing the screws and stuff. When you do it in this game, you actually feel like the controller like rumbling when you're unscrewing it. And when I played Propagation Paradise Hotel.
Yeah.
The very first thing I noticed when you got the drill and you were unscrewing the screws from the vent, it's like, oh, I was expecting it to like rumble, and it didn't rumble. Like,
Interesting.
yeah.
So it ruined
And I
propagation for you, basically.
yeah, the game was just unplayable after
deleted
that.
it.
I deleted it and I instantly bought Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
By the way, as soon
After
as you bring that up, if you're in propagation the next time, go into a toilet and put your hand under the hairdryer or the fucking hand dryer, and you'll feel the controller rumbling as it blows the air. I thought that was a really cool touch.
Yeah, so it has that, but they missed out on the feeling the drill.
Yeah.
That's just such a weird miss. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that.
The only other thing I thought was interesting here is like Arizona Sunshine 2 is kind of climbing up a bit, I think. Like I thought that was falling off in the last few months, but now it's jumped up again. I don't know if it was on sale or whatever, but Arizona Sunshine seems to have the evergreen legs, kind of like Beat Saber and Pavlov. Those are always in the top as well, and Job Simulators around the usual. But yeah, Star Wars jumped to number 1, so that was interesting. And the final topic then is Wanderer has been delayed.
Like everything else.
In June. Now it's September 10th. They didn't give a specific reason. They're just like, oh, we need more time to make it, the game that we want it to be.
Did you guys play the? Did you guys play it already?
No.
Nope.
I've been waiting for this. But like this, they rebuilt it for Unreal Engine 5, I think, ground up. And it's like all the comparisons between the original and the remake. Like the remake is really like head and shoulders above what the original was. It's like crazy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So the delay doesn't bother me too much. It's kind of nice to have big games to look forward to in the latter half of the year as well. So we got this, we got Aliens, a few other things.
I really want to play this, but I'm not like in a hurry. I have lots of other games to play, so I'm fine with whenever. And especially if it's to make the game play better and make it better, take all the time you need. I'll be happier with a game that's not buggy as hell than.
It'll still be out before Phasmophobia anyway, so today.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Phasmophobia. You know what sucks about Phasmophobia besides everything that we know about is that there's a lot of games being updated and a lot of games that a lot of people at some point, even now, like Forewarned, which is a game that is like Phasmo but in Egypt kind of. A lot of people are saying, because that game just got released, like the full game, some people are saying that game is better and more fun than Phasmo.
So Phasmo
I talk about Devour all the time. Devour is gonna get a fat update soon. Devour is honestly for me more scary and sometimes more fun than Phasmo. Phasmo's a great game, but again, it's starting to lose a lot of its appeal for me because I played it already for fucking years, thankfully. And it's still a great fucking game, but I'm just saying it sucks because, we should have got this game already and we're not getting it. And then there's other fucking games that are going to possibly surpass it or, be as good at it. And we're still not getting those games either. So it just sucks.
It does. Rex says, GG, gotta head out. We'll have to pause and watch when I get back. Thank you, Rogue. I appreciate that. So you don't have to, obviously.
Later, Rogue.
Appreciate it. And Donnie says,
GG.
delays are always welcome.
And I might decide to stream Madison as well, and then you can see me.
Yeah.
You can see me not flinch. You can see me not flinch.
I'll be watching that.
Yes.
Two dual streaming at the same time. See how long it takes you to figure out the puzzles. Race to the finish. Anyway, that's the last topic. So
we could play the game at the exact same time, Jackpot, on voice chat, and then we can do the puzzles at the exact same time. Go through the game.
Talk to each other, cope with each other.
Just scream, you scream, and then 10 seconds I'll go like, what happened? What's about to happen?
I'm gonna put on the old fax machine.
It's that time again for questions and topics submitted by our viewers. So let's go to our fax machine and see what we have. Fax me harder, Daddy. I've been a bad boy.
Alright, intro over. First question's from Geisen, but I think we've kind of covered this already. He says, what are your thoughts on the new CEOs at Sony? So I don't know if you want to say something like wrap it up in a word or a sentence.
So hope for the best. Hope for the best.
Yeah, I was gonna say
hopeful.
Hopeful is my one word.
That's a good one. I'll join you on the hope train. Donnie says Phasmo and Devour are technically two different types of games. They're very similar, though, in fairness.
Scary games.
Donnie says, Pumpkin didn't flinch while playing Madison. He did sneeze a lot, though. That's true. It was
Damn, I got you
agitating.
sneezing?
Yeah, I got my allergies. It never frightened me at all. It was just my allergies. Love Machine, how you doing? He gives us a thumbs up. I appreciate that, Love Machine. All right. Sorry, guys.
I saw that. I did see that sound clip, Pumpkins, of you going like, ah,
yeah, that sneeze
whatever.
was a crazy sneeze. LSB says, what is the worst PSVR 1 or 2 game you have ever played?
PSVR 1 or 2?
Yeah. Good dog, back dog. Have you played that?
I fuck. I don't think I play that game
maybe
because
Down and
why the
Out.
fuck would I buy that game? Is it a demo?
Why are you always talking
Maybe there
about
was a
it?
demo because it would have been amazing. I think it was a demo. I played it. I don't want to be a dick, but maybe
It's
that.
the worst game. Oh, actually, the worst game I've ever played is Walkabout Mini Golf.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
You're
awful
lying.
game. Except for the 3 times I've won, or maybe 4 times, then it was okay.
That was my line. You stole my line.
Every other time it's been trash. But no, seriously, it's probably Down and Out. Maybe maybe there's one on PS4 one I'm not thinking of.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back.
Remember
PS1.
that fucking game? Wasn't one game. It was like a collection. It was like Hero-Cade something. It had Dread Halls, which was very good, but then it had all these other shit games, and like I couldn't list you. Any of those games would be like really, really shit. It's like a turkey
I don't
one
think
where
I
you had a
played that.
gun. You had to shoot turkeys, but they weren't real turkeys. They were cardboard cutouts of turkeys that would like slowly wobble towards you, and they would make gobble sounds, and you just shoot them. That was bad.
That doesn't sound familiar. I don't think I played it.
Like Weeping Doll, I think, as well, or something. There's like lots of shitty ones on PSVR 1.
Nice.
I'd say PSVR 1 probably has more shitty ones than PSVR 2 so far.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to say Hero
I
Kid.
I don't think I've bought any PSVR 2 games yet that I didn't think were like decent at least. Like I don't think I played any that I was just like, oh, this is trash and deleted it.
Okay, fair enough. What about PSVR 1? Did you buy any stinkers?
I'm trying to think of PS1, but it's been a while, so I'm trying to remember any really bad ones.
Yeah, I'm very PSVR 2. I mean, very scared by buying shit games unless I know there's good reviews or something.
Legendary Tales.
I'll buy 'em.
Legendary Tales.
No, because I don't think that's a bad game. It's just not for me.
Yeah, fair
It's
enough.
just not for me. So everything that I bought in PSVR 2, which is not that many games, have been, I think, overall good games. PSVR 1, that's a different story.
Yeah, that was back when we didn't know anything. It was like the Wild West. We just bought anything and like, oh, this is gonna be fun, and then it's not so much fun.
Unless you got like tricked into like playing Project Wingman, thinking that was going to be the
No,
full thing.
I
and
didn't
then,
fall into that
Nah,
trap either.
fuck that.
Donnie says both
Yep,
are
I don't know.
hard games,
Sorry, I can't really answer that one.
but what's needed to win are different. Love Machine says Contractors VR 2, any info? We still have no info on that. They refuse to comment or commit, which I think is a bad sign.
But it will. I think it will come. That game's
Why
gonna be
can't they
so
just say
big.
it, though? If that's gonna come,
Because
why
it can't
they
come
say
in,
it?
because then you're gonna have little bitches like you every 2 seconds on their Twitter. Is it coming yet? Is there any news? And every time a trailer
Well, then
comes
nobody
or
should
an
ever
update,
announce-
how
nobody
about
should
the
ever announce a
PSVR
game
2?
for
How about
PS2
the
then.
PSVR
Don't
2
ever announce a
update?
game for PSVR 2. Why is anyone?
They're not
announcing a
going
game?
to because
What
then
other
they don't
games
know.
do? Other game. Why is Behemoth announced for PSVR 2? You know, they're able
Because
to
they
do it
know
years in
100% sure they're working on it and it's coming. These motherfuckers are just
Come
released the
on, you're telling
game
me
on the
they don't know if
PC.
they can get it to work on a PSVR 2?
They don't want to commit because they know how Sony are little bitches and snakes and backstabbers. They're like, we're gonna wait until we finish this game and we're gonna put a little fee in there, and then Sony's gonna be like, oh my god, this game is so popular, please bring it over here. Here's some cash, and then they're gonna be like, all right, bend over, here you go, and then here's the game.
Hopefully, the new guy will give them some cash.
Yeah.
Bad Robot
Yeah.
says, I'm out, friends. I'll watch the rest later. Thank you very much, Bad Robot. We're near the end anyway, so there won't be much left for you to watch. Love Machine says, nothing beats Firewall 0 Hour. Still play every day. I just can't go back to PSVR 1. But I do miss 0 Hour.
And I miss
So-
my aim controller. I didn't give my aim controller. I refused. It's like, no.
Poor kids.
Just-
They'll never get one. Jeremiah, the last question says, do a Price is Right thing for the release dates of Aces of Thunder and Metro. Let us see who can come closest without going over. So guess the release days for Aces of Thunder and Metro. And somebody.
Metro. Well, we can't go past the date. He means, right? Like, yeah.
I think so. I mean, but what if we all
Yeah.
go past it? Then how does that work? Surely it's just whoever's closest to the days would win.
I don't know. It's not like we're ever gonna look back on this and check to see who won. So.
Don't worry about it. Just make up.
I would say I'm gonna say Metro is. I'll say November 7th.
Damn, fucking knows a future specific date.
Okay.
Yep.
He's a real
November
Mystic Meg, not a phony like you.
November 7th.
Listen,
for
I
that.
thought for a second I had some powers and I didn't.
I'm gonna say Aces of Thunder is gonna be September 20th.
Okay. I'm gonna say Aces of Thunder, June 16th, and Metro late October. Close to Halloween. It's gonna be like a Halloween game.
February 2025.
For what? Both of them?
Both.
Both of them
No,
February
I think Metro probably.
Metro's next year.
Fuck, man, we haven't even seen. I think end of the year, maybe November, like you said, and then Asus is the other one. I think
Yep.
Asus is gonna be probably
Actually, I need to change my Aces one.
August,
Okay.
September.
Those
I'm gonna change
Change
this.
Ace.
Yeah, I'm gonna change Aces of Thunder to July 2nd.
Okay. Okay. It can't be too far away.
He just got the text message.
Can't-
Oh,
maybe it's
motherfucker,
gonna be.
second,
What about
God
the
damn
fucking
it.
the showcase? What if they do? It's out now. You know, at the showcase.
Then
Go
we're all
Aces
gonna
of
be
Thunder.
happy, and
Late May.
it won't matter
Late
what
May.
we said right now.
That'd be good. Deadeye Dan is there saying Firewall Ultra beats Firewall Zero Hour. Damn, Dan got summoned.
Absolutely not, Dan. Absolutely
Dan got
not.
summoned.
Sorry.
Love Machine says I have a feeling
No.
Contractors VR2 has new aim controller. That's why it's taking so long. I doubt that.
Nope.
I'd be cool if you were right, but I just highly doubt that. I don't think
Nope.
I think the Sense controllers are enough now. I was like really skeptical about like how Firewall Ultra was going to feel with the Sense controllers, and then that turned out to be like not an issue
Same.
for me at all. You know?
I was very worried from going from an aim controller to like holding like two hands like this and not
Yeah.
feeling like your hands are connected, but you do get used to it. Like I'm perfectly fine. Like I never, even when I play Pavlov, I never feel like, man, I need to get a gun stock to like enjoy this.
100%,
Like
100%.
I don't need a gun stock at all.
LSB says the worst VR game I've ever played was Desert Bus, recommended to me by Decepticon. I think he used to tell me about that game too. Was that?
It's like a fucking 6-hour drive on a fucking
some,
bus.
Yeah, random shit like
just
that.
Fucking
What's it called? What's the name?
Desert Bus.
Desert Bus.
Desert Bus. I
Yeah.
had never even heard of that.
Ray Schwartz says Suicidal Angels' new record is fantastic. I'm afraid I've never heard of that band, Ray Schwartz, but I'm glad you're enjoying their new album. Okay. I think we're ready to end the episode. There's a bit of Firewall Zero Hour versus Ultra drama going there, but we'll ignore that for now.
Well, we know
Moz-
0 hour is superior, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Yep.
Ooh, controversial.
No.
No, it's not. No, it's not controversial at all.
Controversial. I'm going to end the stream. Muzz,
Right.
Jack Boss.
There's the crickets. There's the
I
signal.
got appears in his face.
Time to go.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for joining me. Everyone watching, thanks for watching. Thanks for the chats. And we'll see you next time. Until then.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
What the fuck is this?